It shall be permanent.
Come on.
It shall be permanent. What the
Hey,
Lord has done for me.
let's
It
go.
shall be permanent. Ladies and gentlemen,
Permanent.
to a special Thanksgiving service on 234 Essential. Please, if you know you have home training or you've been properly trained, this is not the episode for you. Here we will laugh at the dead or mock the dead because we did not receive home training. Anyway, my name remains Ayomide AOT2, live and direct, and my co-host is here with me laughing at my special number.
And also opting out of the. I mean, I receive home training. Yes, I want to fight for money. It's money
No,
that
no,
I want
no.
to be fighting for. I want to be losing my home training. God forbid, I'll not even lose it then.
Do you know
Maintaining
why I'm
state.
in confidence? Because even the good book, if
Tell
anybody
me.
goes to Proverbs 11, please open your Bibles to Proverbs 11:10. The media team, please can you put it on the
Come on,
screen?
that Geo.
And I will read.
Let's go.
This is from New Living Translation. Proverbs
Let's
11:10.
go.
The whole city celebrates when the godly succeed. The whole city celebrates when the godly succeed. They shout for joy when the wicked die. I will repeat. Proverbs 11:10. The whole city celebrates when the godly succeed. They shout for joy when the wicked die. Ladies and gentlemen, under the sound of my voice in the auditorium today, if you are listening via the internet or on cassette or VCD or DVD, make some noise because the wicked have died. The wicked people in your life will die. The wicked people in your office will die. The wicked people in your country will die in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much. Yes. Ugochi can continue.
Hi
Thank you.
guys. It's Ugochi. Hi guys, Ugochi here. How you guys doing? Good, good everything. Morning, evening, afternoon, night. Wherever you're hearing this from. Me, I don't know. I have a comeback for this Thanksgiving, so that's why I want to. I'm waiting so that when we go into it, because are we
Yeah. We'll
going
definitely
into
talk
it right
about it.
now?
No.
Okay, okay.
Even if you go for wake keep, not be immediately now. You go first. You go first do some preambles, the periphery.
Let's do it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's going to be a stacked episode. We have a lot of bangers, even though you guys did not drop fan mail. We have a lot of bangers for you here. Historic episode. Yeah. And yeah, if you want to send us fan mail, please send us fan mail at fanmail@234essential.com and it will get read. And please now we want at least 10 fan mails next episode.
Yes, so
Please.
poor.
Because
That's all.
you cannot be carrying Steve Jobs' phone up and down and Samsung phone up and down and not use it. It's only to be watching
They don't know what to use it for. That's the thing.
what's the name of
They don't
that
know what to
guy?
use it for. It's
No,
Love
what's that?
Island, though.
Wow, God.
Love Island was
No,
raining. If you're not see Love
no,
Island.
no comment on Love Island. Let it just come to Nigeria first. But send us fan mails. We do definitely want to read. And yeah,
Yes.
so this is going to be a very big one. Since we don't have fan mail and release therapy, we'll just go to weekly catch up. Since I did the honors last week, Ugochi is your turn. Turn by turn.
I feel like AOT2 is excited. So me, I'm going to start from this part first. Also follow us on every social media platform at 24 Essential Podcast. Please do not forget to subscribe to the podcast, like, share, comment, let us know what you're tithinking, send us feedback through our social handles at 24 Essential Podcast. Also, we have a lineup of things, and it would be great if you've just been thinking about how you want to support this podcast. Please toggle the donation link in our show notes, and yeah, we'll be happy to to have a piece of your money, a bit of your money.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, listen to our previous episode as well. Action and consequences on every platform that you listen to your podcast. Yes. That said, catch up. Thank God for life. I think I need to say that first. It's been a mixed bag of a week. I've had a good week. I've had a busy week. There was also a little bit of tragedy somewhere in the week. Um, yeah, it's just been, taking each day as it comes, really, the highs and the lows, but really excited for the rest of the year again. And I pray for God for protection and guidance. So important
Amen.
because, see, help me shout that amen very well because is needed. I've had a good week. I've had an interesting week. Um, Shout out to my friend Telma. It was her birthday recently. Um, I don't know, just work, life, adulthood. Um, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't know if I'm
I
missing
see.
any other thing, but
Did it
I want to
happen?
say so much, but I don't have this trying to say so much. But
Yeah.
just feel the gratitude. July is almost coming to an end. From next week already counting down to the end of. I don't know where this July is running to. I don't know where this next half of the year is running to. I don't know the speed that we're experiencing.
May it calm
But
down.
you understand? But wherever it is, we are accelerated to our greatness. That's what we're moving on to now. Acceleration to greatness. But yeah, it's been okay. Fun times ahead. Fun times happening now
Fun
too. So
time, fun bad times, bad times. Udubo?
hey, come on.
Yeah.
See.
This
Shout
was
out
good, yeah. Shout
to
out
the model
to
park.
Black. Yeah.
Yes, man. I tell
My week
us.
was pretty chill. Nothing much.
Okay.
Just I'm writing to beat a personal deadline because I've been on this mountain for too long and I have to finish this
Come
book
on.
this year. It is just too long now. Like
Mm.
it's crazy. But my problem is that when I write, I now my mind expands into bigger things that connect to the core of the story. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have to keep on writing and writing. And you're like, bro, I have to now look for facts that now support your statements and
Mm-hmm,
almost
mm-hmm.
it's just long. I remember I recently told somebody that the chapter or the essay on women in Afrobeats was the longest
Mm.
because it killed that one. That's why I died. I look I gave up. I fainted in that one. I
Okay.
was like, bro, this is too much. But thankfully,
Really
we are getting to the end. We are seeing the finish line.
amazing.
So I just have to start writing like a madman now, which is what I'm doing. So I've been focused on writing, writing, and just writing.
Mm.
Um, what else? Nothing much apart from that. Funny enough, backstory to what we're going to talk about later. You know when it was announced. I don't know if you knew about this. It was announced like 2 weeks ago or a week ago that I said Tinubu, that Buhari was in the hospital in the UK, right?
Mm.
And in our group of men, in our beer parlor group of men on WhatsApp, he said, "Come back to me the next." I think I said the next 10 working days or the next 14 working days, and alas, the man did not even beat up to that. So yeah, that was the highlight of my week. I was on the road when I got the news, and yeah, that's all I can say right now. But yeah, it was an interesting week.
Okay.
Um, because I have been writing a lot, I've not had time to do my videos, but hopefully by this time next week, I would have done like a lot of videos. I want to go into Q3, just bombarding people with videos and just finishing this up. A lot. I don't know how people juggle creative projects because they are so
Mm.
hard right now. My own personal one, and I feel like I have I have unrealistic deadlines for all of them, which is not,
Yeah.
which is good
Which
and
is
which is
what I was
bad.
about to say at the end
Yeah,
of it all. Like,
because as I'm
why do
doing
you do
this,
that?
I'm writing a full length script,
Mm.
and the discipline and the attention to detail it demands is quite
Exactly.
heavy. So it's not something you can rush into. It's not something, pardon me, no shots, but it's not your Nollywood average movie that you're just, okay, yes, Ikechi came inside the house. Oga
Wahala.
give, Oga give Ikechi belle. Oga throw away
Wahala.
Ikechi's madam away. All those, no.
What's the name of that your girlfriend? There's no
Uh,
there's none away. Um
she's aware in the spirits. Don't worry.
okay.
Uche
You
Montana.
are firing Uche Montana.
The
You are
woman
firing
with,
shots at
no,
Uche Montana.
except her. That's
Right,
only her.
right,
Yes. The
right.
woman with the finest bomb bomb in Lagos. The woman with the finest bomb bomb in Lagos.
Look at
So
it.
yes, that's what I've been trying to juggle with, just a lot of projects. Then there's also like side projects where I've been hired to do and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you find out that on Sunday, you're like, oh, on Friday, you're like, oh, the weekend is here. You blink and it's another Friday, and you're like, bro, what's happening, man? But you
Mm-hmm.
just have to do it no matter what. So God help us. Fingers crossed.
I have a question.
Yes,
Fingers.
ma.
Um, why do you set these harsh deadlines if you know
because I know myself.
realistically you're not going to meet them?
So it's not as if I set them, then and I start doing research because you have to do groundwork, and you're not like,
Exactly.
bro. Like the one for women, I think I've said it before. I thought I was just going to write about okay, Tiwa Savage, Jamie Alade.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to write about Ira Star and Thames. Then, bro, it just
It
started
went into a rabbit hole.
my mind. You know how Doctor Strange in that
Of
movie does, where
course.
he does that
Mm-hmm.
thing where he sees 1 million different.
Mm-hmm.
It not just opens up. I'm like, God have mercy. Why? Why did I do this? I've told somebody that this is the first and last book I'll ever write because it is tiring.
Don't
It
say
is
that.
tiring. I
Mm-mm.
know
Okay.
I know
So
everybody says that, but I know that deep down I'll still write another book. But I'm not
you
saying that.
exact. So why did you just say it? Okay. So
It's just
let's.
it's just like you
I'm
saying,
picking
"Oh,
up.
I'll
I'm
never do
picking up.
something again."
Exactly. And then you go and do it.
Yes, and it is
So
so hard.
I'm picking on this particular thing because interestingly, I had it at the back of my mind somewhere that I wanted to talk about what you're talking about right now, unrealistic deadlines, right? And
Yeah.
how you cannot know the worth of your creation until you start to create it,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
So, and because in the work that I do, I'm working with a lot of business owners, I'm working with a lot of creatives, and I realized that when they want to set a deadline for something, they're like, they've not started the work. Oh. Canvas is blank,
Mm-hmm.
tabula rasa. And they're like, oh, I'm going to finish this in the next 2 weeks. And then when you start to do it, it starts to take its own form and its own life. And, you then miss the deadline. And the more deadlines you miss, you start to beat yourself up. And then you become unproductive. And then you probably either tarry to go back to the project or leave it altogether, right?
Yeah.
So here's but me. I was thinking about in my own circle, right? In my own reflection and inflections, right? How about you set the first of all they say write division and make it clear, right? So write it and they start to
Yeah.
piece it small, small. So write it down, not like you're writing it inside your book, but like write it on the side, like start just scribbling on it and take your time because you also don't want to do anything haphazard, right?
Of course,
It's
that's why I'm taking my time.
exactly like so when you say next week I'm going to do a lot of videos and you're forgetting you're a human being, you're forgetting that you can burn out, you're forgetting that
Obviously.
anything can happen, electricity no good day or internet go crash or
Mm-hmm.
anything can really just happen and then you're not able to. I however understand the importance of setting timelines and deadlines, but maybe more wiggle room for yourself because if you're going to then do this, you have to maybe realistically say from now to the end of maybe second week of August, go and check
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dates. Second week of August, this time. And when you get to that point, you're like, okay, reassessing. How long is this going to take me again? It's okay to shift the deadline or the shift the kidney. You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
what I do. I shift the deadlines.
But not like shift it into another year. I mean, that happens to like no
No, I
judgment
know
here.
this one are
This is
December.
a safe space.
I must wrap everything up by December. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
Yeah.
let's let's have it. We'll have a check in then. But well done.
Thank you.
Take your time, breathe.
Go easy.
Take, yeah, leave the workstation sometimes and like take a walk or
Oh, definitely.
something.
Yeah.
Drink
Yeah.
water, eat vitamins, enjoy, live life for the living. Per.
Yes, so yes, so it's for the living. So that's what I've been doing. Just walk, 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 and
Fantastic.
reading. So far, I've read 12 books this year. The goal
Amazing.
is
I
the
should go
goal is
and
to
count
read
my own.
the goal is to read 24. That's two a month. So I'm behind two books right now. So I'm going to catch up on that one as well. Yeah, that's how my week went basically. Nothing much,
Fantastic.
just writing and writing and writing. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Sounds like
Yeah.
a eventful week. Doesn't sound like a chill week as the preamble gave
Ah,
us. So.
no, no, not a chill week. Oh. After writing, you're not gonna do research on how to shoot a film. Okay, this kind of film I want to shoot. Well, how
Mm-hmm.
does it work? What is the lighting? What is the
See.
camera work? What is this
Hmm.
location wise? Then you're like, bro, even characterization of like the human beings you want to portray is
Mm-hmm.
well rounded, well
Exactly.
rounded, and not just flimsy characters. I'm like, bro, when people they try, oh, and this is what kills us as Nigerians. We do not respect the process. That's the thing. We are not a process people. We are a result people. So it's a case of,
Which is terrible.
which is very terrible. We prefer to shoot 500 films or release 500 films a year than release 20 really good international films a year because we don't respect the process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, just let's keep doing the ones that we can do. Let's just keep doing the ones we can do. And out of that 500, maybe only one is international at the end of the day. But hey,
You know
one day
what?
we'll learn process. Okay.
I feel like so to give credit to people because I know even a flimsy work
Except
is
with
not easy to
Chomotana.
do.
Chomotana does the best work
Ah,
ever.
I wish I could roll my eyes beyond what I've just rolled it, but please. Oh, see, I feel like flimsy work is not even easy to do. Like even people who do flimsy things, it's not an easy thing to
No, it's
put
not
a
easy.
flimsy thing
If you
together.
go to the set of an average
Mm-hmm.
African magic fame, this thing, they work. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's not things.
Yeah.
But the work you need to even make a better one, bruh. That's what
You
is
know,
killing.
you know that the longer a project stays, the more money it accumulates. So they're also thinking about how much
Oh yes, they
do
don't even
I
have that
what
money.
budget do you understand? There's no adequate budget. Maybe I say maybe loosely because maybe there's also adequate budget, but then again, right? But let's say
But I
there's
don't
no
watch films where
adequate.
I don't watch
Mm-hmm.
films where I declare budgets there, and I'm like, oh, sorry, this is F9.
But now waiting they want now the way they take interpret time now, that's their interpretation of it. I be you know feel am. They can
Anyway,
that's
now
why
waiting I
they're
sabi.
Do you understand? Because the truth is these days, and just even when you learn when you go through the process or the pain of learning to do something, I think that you're kinder with your criticism sometimes is expected
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you've like sat down to just do something that you just used to watch just to see that oh this thing is so oh what they even do it almost
But that's why I watch films now. Like
do you understand?
I can watch a particular 3 second clip like 10 times because I'm trying to figure out
Exactly. How
how
did you
the
do
camera
that?
work there. The camera work there was mad.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn it, study the
Facts.
camera or the angle. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
you watching normal and you'll be looking. No, so it's a lot of work, sha, but we are
See,
here. We are here.
right. And the mind creativity is a whole other thing, but
Yeah, so
yeah, shout out to everybody that just like does the work. My
yeah, shout out to
Oga,
everyone.
Oga, Madam, everybody just well done. Well done, you're
Yeah,
trying.
let's move to X of the week or tweet of the week, depending on your
Do 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 do.
political stance. So this is from Fimi06. He tweets, and this is for people who still live at home and you still live with your siblings. And like, if you, especially when you guys have a large family setup where, okay,
Mm,
maybe cousins are coming in and there's also maybe one or two uncles who are in between jobs and they need somewhere to stay or they just came into the city and everything.
mm-hmm.
So this is one that really, this one there, I had flashbacks when I saw this tweet. I had flashbacks and it's very painful. Anytime I enter kitchen, now so they go shout, others have not eaten, no. This thing used to annoy me as a kid. I'm like, why can't everybody eat at the same time? So I know how much is left for me. Why can't
Mm-hmm.
everybody eat? You not start doing family portioning now. No, this person has not eaten. One and
Mm-hmm.
want to know. First confess serve. If you don't see food, you don't see. Food is essential. What are you doing more
Good.
important than food? If you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to eat lunch, don't eat lunch. You don't eat dinner, don't eat dinner. You are now to take a second portion of rice. You now say, no, this person has not eaten. Why hasn't the person eaten? The person obviously doesn't like his stomach. He doesn't like food. The person could also be fasting. Why do I have to ration myself? We're not in the Soviet Union or in Russia. That's that be we have to
See,
not be apportioning food. Where everybody's school, we have to apportion food. First man, first come, first serve. If no see food chop, drink water. I'm gonna sleep till like tomorrow morning. Chicken.
good. You know, this shit is actually so crazy because growing up, when this became a problem, like leaving food in the pots and then you don't know who has eaten and who. So what just happens next is that they clear the pots, like they put whatever is remaining in the pots inside like a warmer, and then the people who haven't eaten still have warm food. No microwave na new invention now. Who they
Yeah,
really they
relatively
get
new.
microwave that time? You get what I mean?
Mhm.
So they'll put it in a warmer, and so whatever is left in the pot after they put the remaining food in a warmer. hmm Because you know, as young people, then there are some people that were picky of the food. Maybe they don't like rice that the onions is showing, or they don't like pepper. God, children have a lot of problems, but all of that so that people can go and make second portion or scratch the bottom of the pot to eat the burnt part of the pot, just for that. But that's wild, Sha, really. Big, big cooking, big houses, big everything. If I big, large families, they
Yeah,
really
so
try. It's a job, it's a task.
yeah,
Just
you're
living
not
in
gonna
a large
you want chop
home.
second round. I mean, how to even third round self when I go to say it's what it. Why? But that guy buy bread and eat it with egg. Okay. Let's go into believe it or not. This one, you guys can never, you cannot even predict where this one is going. This one is a banger. This is a
Mm-hmm.
classic one. It's not even a news
Let's
story.
go.
This is a feature article. I'll read like 3 or 4 paragraphs, like the first 3 or 4 paragraphs. Then we'll talk about it. Because
Okay.
this is what they call Lagos Now.
Mm.
Lagos what? Lagos Now.
Now, wow.
This is from Business Day, and the headline is Concerns Mount Over Mass Procreation Under Lagos Bridges. Concerns mount over mass procreation under Lagos bridges. It was written
Mm.
by Sheyi John Salau on July 13, 2015. And this is the first paragraph. There is mass procreation. If you're not sure, if you're not, well, if your English is not heavy, it means sex. There's mass sexual activities going on under bridges across Lagos State. The accommodation crisis occasioned by high rent, which has dislodged many residents from their residences, may have bloated the number of people seeking refuge under bridges. Some years ago, living under bridges used to be an exclusive preserve of males, but today it is being explored by females. As the cohabitation goes on, females among them are getting pregnant. Children born to these women are being raised in the same environment, which usually end up as beggars and grow to become terrors in society. The situation also speaks to the growing levels of insecurity across many communities in Lagos because the children born and raised in such environments are largely street urchins. Beyond the commercial activities that happen on Lagos pedestrian bridges by traders, are the sexual activities that also take place in some of these so-called ungoverned spaces. Ever wondered how the women who begged in traffic with children find their way to the streets? Or who father those children with these women? The answers are
Mm.
not too far away from what you already know. For many of these women who have made the pedestrian bridges home, sex is just a denominator for survivors being offered on request to available bidders. Sex is so cheap it could be offered slash obtained for a bottle of carbonated drinks, depending on the negotiating power of the bidder. From the mainland to the island, mailto to Oshodi to Agege to Yaiba, the stories are the same. Able-bodied men and women cohabit on pedestrian bridges with makeshift tents that serve as residences. These occupants are now seen on the bridge round the clock, something that used to be an aberration. Today, people, both male and female, who have made the bridges a permanent home, reside on the bridge at every given time of the day. So yeah, that's basically it. And he goes on to talk about, the whole reproduction and everything else. But
Mm.
yeah, this is how we do in Lagos. We all know Lagos is infamous for stories about casual sex and transactional sex, but this one takes the cake right now. That even if you don't have
Honestly.
shelter, if you don't have conventional shelter, people are still getting more than you. You that have house, you that have house and car, are not knocking the
And
way
bed.
and bed, are not knocking the way people under a bridge. First of all, the how uncomfortable that would be is just epic because I don't understand how you can function as a reproductive human being under a bridge. Secondly, the sanitary conditions there, I would not believe they are of the best. Let's not even talk about whether they're using protection. If you don't have house, money for house, I don't think condoms will be on your buying list or your grocery list next time you go shopping. At the end of the day, it's just amazing what goes on in our city that in every sphere of this great city, everybody is getting some action at the end of the day,
Come on.
whether in high price or overpriced short-let apartments or under the bridge. Please, I don't know if they didn't state Tom Milan Bridge here, but I wonder if I don't think that I think that would be too risky. That would be too risky for Tom Milan Bridge. But who knows? It might be some people's kings
And
at the end
risk it all.
and just
Some
risk it all.
exactly.
Yeah, because I know that people take boat rides under the bridge, but now, yeah. So I leave the rest
This
to the
is
imagination. Yes.
Yo. I mean, I don't think that this that this procreation, kidney, especially for these kids that roam the streets of Lagos, is so far-fetched because first of all, when you know they think about how country they treat you, your job is simple. You have a lot of time to be knacking because if you are busy, how will you be knacking? Do you understand? They don't have
True.
anything to do. You are the ones hot and bothered about whether it is a sanitary environment. It's just like, man, my body is hot and I need to, how did that thing say? My body is rising. My body is rising.
My
And where's the
boy
next place?
rising on that bridge. Well,
This, ah, ah.
God did.
They say the more obscure the location, the sexier it is.
Not
So
have you seen
maybe
on that bridge? Have you seen
that's some
like
people
have you seen on that bridge before? Like where
I have now.
structure house.
See, before Oshodi became what it is now, before he cleaned it up nice as it is now, that Oshodi under bridge there in the morning,
Ah,
early momo, you see those boys that railway side after the railway, just like
mm-hmm.
the this one way you say whether I've seen them in the act under the bridge a
Hey.
couple times, a couple troubling times to be now I'm at that point where like it's normal because it's where else? How else is it going to happen?
Or
And the
Obalende on that bridge where that dirty
mm, that
swamp is.
canal,
Oh my, they cleared that canal
Jesus,
and those
they
guys again
have.
just they cleared it before this year and they just scattered the spot it again. I think it was last year or so.
Oh,
And that canal is back. The smelling water is this water is black. It's beyond black.
it's no
It's
that canal
it's
is something else. I don't think it
oh bro.
moves. I
It
don't think it
move care.
moves.
It
It's
does think can never
stagnant.
move. It's stagnant and you see people living there, you see tents and everything. And you now
People
wonder,
selling market and eating there.
and you now see empty packets of go circle there. And you're like, bro,
It's
why
not
is
them
this
that
place?
used it.
It might be well, I don't know. I
It
don't
could be
know.
washed. It could be washed down the canal and just
Oh,
washed
Ugochi,
up there.
Ugochi. The visual imagery now, please. I beg you. The imagery is nauseating. No.
See,
See, Lagos is I went out on Monday, right, to go and buy some
stinking.
early in the morning.
That's the first one.
First of all,
Mm-hmm.
three streets away, that was the day that, the waste disposal people will come for down street and now park there.
Mm-hmm.
I know it has been
Mm-hmm.
raining. And for some reason,
Mm.
Lagosians believe that opening up their dustbins, the ones that are outside, the ones
Yeah.
that everybody in the flats use, they believe they should
Mm.
open it. So when it rains, the water now pours. Now, because these waste disposal people, they too are not also careful.
Why don't they perforate their trash cans though?
I don't even know. So when these waste disposal people carry the trash cans or the bins, the water now
Mm.
spills. So
I
that
have
day
a
I was not walking.
phobia for dustbin.
So that day I
Man.
was now walking on 2 or 3 streets where that happened. I just noticed a smell like
Jesus.
God. And I noticed
Oh.
that some places were now more than wet. Ah,
Oh my
it
God.
was it was
That is
slimy.
so descriptive.
Then for some reason, the idiots in my area that do not have money to feed themselves 3 times a day decided to take their dogs out on a walk, and their dogs were just shitting everywhere.
We're licking it.
So
Oh, okay.
so as I was
Man.
dodging slime, I was dodging dog shit, and everywhere was smelly. I was like,
No,
God,
that's disgusting.
why? Then in this
Oh
whole
my
end,
God.
because you people will not be procreating. Why?
Because
Why?
it's hot now. Whether it's hot or it's cold,
You now see
body
people
needs to touch body.
in incomplete houses where the
And
whole
that one is
air,
standard.
air pollution, where the whole cement lime is wafting through your nostrils. You now say you're marking.
They. No go. That's the
God,
best place. Don't conceal the safe. That one get war.
God have mercy. No, 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 no. Someone who needs to do double work in this.
I bet you guys are stressing
Actually,
that homeboy, please, at this rate.
somebody that is looking is counting now. At this
You
point,
know
is
what
low.
I'm
By the time it's 2026, it's already telling people get out and bye bye. I'm done.
I'm done with you guys, lazy
Another
asses.
part of Lagos that I noticed, even though it's not like under the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get on Obalende Bridge, there are two
Yep.
bridges where you can go. You can go take the
Mm,
first one that leads
mm-hmm.
you to where the passport office is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or the second one on your right. I don't know where that leads you.
Yes.
Have you ever been to that place at night?
Um, it can lead you back into Ikoyi, maybe
It can
either
take you to
from
Dodan
Awolo.
Barracks. I think
Yes,
yes.
oh, is it that place? Wait, where are we talking about exactly now? Let me
It's
be
not the one
sure.
where the cemetery is, though. Not the one where the cemetery is. There's the
No.
second one that leads you to, I
Okay.
think, Dodan Barracks or so.
Mm-hmm,
There are a
mm-hmm,
bunch of
mm-hmm.
joints there that double as brothels. If you be to that place at night or early in the morning, you'll be like,
Not
God,
me.
what is this? This is the stench of Lagos. This is the
Hmm.
burukutu of What is this? Oh
Lagos
my
is
Lord.
niche.
No, no,
Minus
no, no.
play.
No, that one is not. Everybody that knows, anybody that denies that
Yeah.
one is
Minus
a
play.
joker. And it's in this place that everybody's now having say, oh God, no. Mm-mm.
At least some of the under bridges are not so bad anymore, to be
Ugochi
honest.
is under bridge. There's no how.
Uh-uh.
See, unless you're
Some
an
of them are
animal, there's no
looking
how this thing,
nice.
no how this thing go carry. See, there's no how this thing go waylay your body. We know if I find 1K 5 guest house.
That's
Just do
expensive. That open
oh,
air with them thing now, see the flow is working.
ah,
Fertility is sure. They
and
are
now
here
they use
to
catch
give
belly.
you.
You go shock you say
Eh?
now they get belly. Once you
Yes,
collect the
now.
belly, you born twins. Meanwhile, somebody that is in Ikoyi mansion, they look for twins for 10 years, never see.
Oh my word.
My
See, the
God.
mystery of having children is so crazy.
Ah,
More. But the truth is, first of all, the I said it before, I think I said it last year. The number of people sleeping
yeah.
homeless from VI. No, I'm not even talking from the mainland though. Just from VI into Lekki here. This
No,
short distance.
VI is epic right now.
Do you
There is
understand? It's
I went for a
alarming.
dinner. I was supposed to go for a meeting, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
stopped at I don't know who knows. I don't even know where former BJ Hotel is.
Yes.
Yeah, that there's a road there, and
Mm-hmm.
this is supposed to be a posh area. You can see the way that street was built, and you see the number of people selling things there. People that are homeless hanging around there. I'm like, why? Now, if the government says they want to chase away these people to look very anti people, right? And say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you and I get because you've not done anything for where do you want these people to go to? But ideally, these people should not be there. There is no
Honestly.
reason why at 10 p.m. I'm in VI and I'm seeing somebody doing street trading. I'm seeing a street trader. I'm seeing somebody sleeping on the coverts
On
in the
the
middle
cover
of the
just
road.
by the side.
Yeah,
Pedestrian walk safe.
the way VI and Ikoyi were built, you can't even see somebody frying suya on the road. It's not roasting suya. It's not supposed to be. There shouldn't be
Carelessly.
street peddlers or anything like that. But because the way and
Yeah,
you see
I
these
support the
people,
Suya guy shall because Suya
and
for life.
they can be inside like where that supermarkets, all the supermarket
Ah,
uh, lots,
but the
not
beauty
inside
of Suya is
supermarkets.
by the roadside now.
Don't
No be
worry,
so
don't worry. A
that's
governor will
our
come.
life.
Oh, now where they do? No, we are the same. We are in the same WhatsApp group. That with
Who is that?
I'm not saying all of them.
Please, that's part of our Lagos. Please, there are things that we should come to terms with in this Lagos. Number one is
Oh,
that
sleeping on that bridge.
Suya needs to be by the side of the road with
Eh,
newspaper.
or
We're not
mainland,
trying
yes. Yes.
to. No, no, even on the island, please. That's the
Don't
Lagos
worry.
vibe.
I'm running for governor. Don't worry. First of all, first day,
Don't try
first day,
yourself. Let me let you know that I'll fight
first
you because of
night,
that
first
suya.
night after
Hmm.
they inaugurate me, and they go under the under bridges.
Go the
Niggas
other
will
bridges, no
I
problem.
will
Take some
pull
of them
out.
come outside.
When guys are pulling out, which
What are
I'll
you
pull them
pulling
out.
out?
I will put them
Hmm?
out of under bridge. I said no,
Okay, okay,
you cannot
okay.
release here. This is a no release zone. Leave. Thank you very much.
No
If you need
peeing, no loitering, no
and
releasing.
to show that I'm a commercial governor that cares for the people, I will build commercial hotels, 200 naira per hour. No, there's no.
Man, that'll
Oh
be
no.
wild.
So if you
People will
want to
not
go
pay.
knock, if you don't pay, then you go to jail for releasing illegal releasing or illegal. Yes, both men and women. You come or you don't come. Oh
Yo,
yeah, everybody. You're not gonna tell them what you did in
inside, I
prison.
really.
I was knocking in public because that's what do you call it? Indecent exposure in public. Now public exposure, public indecent exposure, or something. I'm not going to the
Um,
knock for on that bridge. Where's the
why did
decorum?
no go knock though?
Where's the decorum?
But
Well, what am I saying? People used to knock inside the cinema, so I'm not surprised. The day they will
but
catch you
that
people again,
is that
the
no
day they
more
will catch them
concealed though?
again, the day they will catch them again, they will know. Don't worry.
So like when these things happen, is like the cinema hall full or is it empty?
Well, according to the ones that Lydia KG released that year,
Mm,
uh, I
it
don't.
was
It
not
looked
so
kind of
full.
empty. So this is what people
Mm,
do, right? They go for the wackest film that nobody's going to watch, like one
there you
random Indian
go.
film or one
Mm-hmm.
random Nigerian film that there are no stars. So there's
Mm.
enough of
You
we go
said there
home,
are no stars.
and shit happens.
There you go. Okay. See, personally, I want to first of if the government can first of all clear out the amount of loitering people, homeless people that are spotting our streets these days,
But
that
the
would be
problem
great.
is, where do you want to put them? Because when Fashola did that stuff of, oh,
Breaking shacks.
yeah, people say, oh, he was anti-Igbo, he was anti-anything. So the question is, where do you put these people, first of all?
No, first, that's true. First, of, you create the solution. See, a housing scheme would be great. However, there's
Can
no
these people
guarantee
can
that
afford,
these
yeah,
people,
these people cannot even
yeah,
afford it.
they will not, they can't afford it, and they will not even stay true to paying because they're creatures of habit. They're now used to the life, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some rehabilitation type thing, but not in Lagos. No, partner with another state government to have. Maybe there can be there are rumors of allowing America trying to release their hardcore prisoners from other countries into Nigerian prison.
That's Venezuela. Venezuelans.
Venezuela.
I beg they should not do
No,
this with
no,
them.
America is actually have trying to enter into such conversations with Nigeria as
We
well.
don't
Oh.
want. We are okay. We are
Okay.
okay. They can give
So
them to Cameroon. We are fine.
not to Ghanaians.
No, Ghanaians are our brothers. We'll take care of them. Even though we fight sometimes, just sibling rivalry.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it for now. Anyway, they can partner. You can partner with if land is a problem, or you're trying to what's the word, trying to keep a certain or just empty Lagos in a sense, like I'm not gonna say empty Lagos but keep a balance in Lagos in terms of population, and you don't want that population, partner with other state governors, have rehabilitation homes so that these people are synced back into, it's not only Boko Haram, what do they call them, people that left Boko Haram camp and say they want to be integrated back into Nigeria. They used to do rehabilitation for. There are a lot of people in Nigeria who need rehabilitation from their
Even the
mentality.
so-called normal ones, we need
Do
it,
you
sir.
understand?
We
Problem
too, we
the
need
every
rehab.
you understand? Have rehabilitation centers, make it part of the system too, in a sense. Put them to work. Perfect. Those rehabilitation centers will also include programs that will help for economic growth, whether it's farming, whether it's whatever, whether it's mining, whatever. Put those people in those places. So you're not only taking them and reorient their brains and minds, but you're also putting their hands to work. Idle mind is devil's workshop. Put them to work, get them to do something else somewhere else out of Lagos. If Lagos is not a going to be able and see all these states, we have land mass in the north of Nigeria, we have
They no
states
get
in
they,
Nigeria
all
that
these governors don't get they don't get sense. They think on it. It's just to collect
no,
just
that's
to get
why we
allocation every year.
that's why we have podcasts like 234 Essential, so that in case you are lacking ideas, because the truth is a lot of people have come to a point where they are no longer thinking. They're no longer. First of all, critical thinking is a problem currently. These people don't no longer critically think. People don't sit down with themselves to think. There's one, and then people are liking ideas because of a lack of critical thinking. Because you're not thinking, you don't have ideas. Your mind is not roaming, and by the time you have chalked it with all the wickedness you want to do, even worse. So now
Mm.
you hear politicians saying things like poverty alleviation is to be giving food to people every day. How is
Yes,
you
no.
giving food to people every day going to remove poverty from the system?
You must chop.
Make they no go open industry, make people come dey work. Nigeria as we are now, this how many 60 something years that we have been together as one country. We have not still decided that okay, based off of all the resources that we see around us and the so-called that we are anyway. I don't no Nigerian slander here. The big giants of Africa that we are, we have not been able to say enter into negotiations with other African countries to say, okay, you are making sin. Okay, bring sin. Carry Chinese expertise since that's the new people that they are in bed with. Do industries here and there in different states, manufacturing different things. But no, what they are looking for is quick fixes. Now, make we chop all the money. Ajakuta steel mill every day is inside the things that they're using to borrow money on. But still, how many years
The new one
after,
is the
still
new
not
one is
running?
the new one is Port Harcourt refinery.
Eh, the golden geezes or gooses. How do you say it? The
The
golden
golden
geese
goose.
of the golden goose of Nigeria's borrowing system
Mm.
is different
I told people
abandoned
that
projects.
that refinery will not produce 1 liter of groundnut oil. 1 liter, not even NG groundnut oil, it won't produce. I beg, let's leave them. So, ladies and
Yo,
gentlemen, in case you want to get freaky dicky, there are shortlets under the bridge that you can go and rent. You want
that
to
one
spice off
self
your
deal.
marriage. Just know that if they catch you, Lagos State will parade you naked, first of all. They go do you like Nollywood film where they parade people who caught in adultery at the village square.
We don't do that
So,
in Lagos,
no,
please. We're
adultery is allowed in
naked
Lagos.
by we're naked by choice.
I
We
don't know.
walk
Me,
naked on the streets by
I live
choice.
in a holy place. There's some places in Lagos
Right.
that is the devil. When you pass Tomiland, any place after Tomiland, that's where the devil resides. But we are
Wow.
saved.
This
Yes.
this kind of firing, this is the mindset we're trying to debunk, you guys.
But when you just pass
Just
Tomiland, you don't enter. When you enter Tomiland, what's the other place where there is
where
where Alliance Française, Academical Center,
oh
that road.
Ikoyi
When you pass that road, just start like, bro,
Alfred
devil go,
Wane.
devil go just beckon you to come. It is Babylon.
Jeez,
Babylon.
you guys, not true.
So
Please visit Lagos, Nigeria. Anywhere you're listening to us in the world. When you come to Nigeria, come to Lagos. Visit at least each of the geopolitical zones. The
so
south, yes. Visit the north, visit the east, visit the west,
no
visit
visit Lekki. Oh.
everywhere. Visit the
Lekki, they
south
go kidnap
south.
you. Girls will kidnap you with Lekki. Oh. I don't tell you now.
You say
With the
girls
small
go
dollars,
kidnap them.
the small dollars where you bring, you go finish. Oh. I don't tell you now.
No dollar is small. Oh.
Mhm.
I say like play. I went to go and do calculation for $50. Fifty
Oh,
dollars
what is
like this.
$50?
Eh?
Yes, Gan. I went to Gan change the $10. $50 is big, man. $10. I enter the
See?
bank with no change. Please, I want to withdraw $10.
Period.
Is it your dollars? No.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
No dollar is small. That's big money. Just like that. $50 80 something K. How? Hey
Yeah,
God. No, that's ridiculous. That's
very
actually
ridiculous.
insane. Ha. I don't know when. Anyway, you know what? I feel like we've just reached like a stalemate somewhere, and we're coasting right now in Nigeria. Like people are
At
not.
least the dollar
We
rate is
don't tire
stable.
to the groan and scream. Eh?
Of course. I say at least the dollar rate is stable. Unlike
Do you
some
know what
people
I
that when they were president, everybody they watch out with one eye. Say, hey, you they move, oh.
mean?
You they high. No, you don't low. You they high, you
See,
don't low. God dear.
bust my head. I was cutting my hair when that was on Sunday now.
Yes.
When they said that Buhari, I saw it on a cultural custodian. That one more.
Mhm.
President Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari has died at 80 something years. I say, wow. Eh? I wanted to be happy first. This is my first reaction. I wanted to be happy first. But then on his flip side, I was just like, doesn't really mean anything because it would have been terrible if he died on seat, in my opinion. If he had died in office, kata kata kutu kutu that would have happened in this
Well,
Nigeria.
all I would have said is that he died 5 years too late. That's my own
So you
submission.
wanted him to die? You wanted him to die as the
Hmm.
president?
That if you don't see you'd have seen me on Tommy Language doing me and Pokoli. I go beat Pokoli for dance. I beg.
You raise dust.
Good riddance.
But
Anywho,
you was, but
let,
why though? Like, what does his death do now? Like now that he's no longer
no, I know that
alive. What
This
does
guy
it
doesn't do
do?
anything to
It
me.
doesn't cost
But
anything. Exactly.
yeah, but I'm
God
just
rest his
happy
soul, by the way. He's a
that
president. He's a person.
he's not sharing the oxygen that we don't share oxygen anymore. That he should go.
Like what difference would it?
And my
Like
own
what
prayer,
difference has it made?
this is my own prayer is that the
Mm.
peace he did not offer to Nigerians, may this peace come upon him in afterlife. That's all I'm praying for
Yeah.
him. Yes.
Amen. I think that's a good prayer. I don't
Yes.
think he intentionally. Well, I don't
Ugochi,
know. This is not
we know
me.
they do. See, we know they do that one here. We are fervent political haters here. Here,
Yo,
fervent ones.
I've been seeing mixed reactions, right? There are people who are really sad and there are people who are excited.
Even when
I feel
Abacha died,
like,
people were sad. So,
but Abacha was a president, was a sitting president. But this
yes.
guy was not, like, Buhari is not sitting anymore. So, like, his death doesn't, it's just,
You know
even
when you
though
just have
there's a,
one hater. You know when you just have one hater that even after years
yeah,
when people have been hating, we just die. Say yes,
I
finally,
swear.
yes, good
But people were
brothers.
jubilating. Oh, people
Mm-hmm.
were actually jubilating. Have seen, as I said, mixed reactions. Personally, I'm just like, man, the people, because even as Hitler, the people they still they where they
Uh-uh.
worship until today
So,
safe.
hey,
So you
have you heard
understand
of neo Nazis before? They will
exactly?
swear by Hitler. That what
Do
Hitler
you
was doing was
understand?
correct. Yes, sir.
So
So no matter how bad you be, person go always like you.
person they will love you, you know.
But to
So
me, I no love you. I hate you, sir. If
to the
we're
people who mourn,
if you were in Abraham's bosom and you ask me for a drop of water, I go drink the water in
you will
front of
not.
you.
I go lick the cup,
I go lick
make
our
water
country
no
inside fire.
day.
We have nothing for you. You gonna drown, nigga. You gonna burn, nigga. Please, let's go to the next segment before we get into Bubu's legacy. Weekly
Yes.
essentials in Lagos, and this one is making friends.
Mm.
I'll allow Ugochi to
Ah,
take this one because she's the expert in this one. Because
she
me,
says
I
I'm
make
the
friends.
expert.
I make friends once every no, every red moon. And we all know in astrology that red moon know they appear on like once
There
in
was a
6 years.
red moon
Eh,
on Sunday
so
Sunday
when was the
night.
last one? When was the
The
last one?
moon was red. I
When
don't
was the
remember.
last one?
Some years ago, was it not last year or two, like 2 years ago?
That's what I'm
That
saying. That is my own according to the weather. You know they blow anyhow.
mm,
But some people,
fair.
if they go to gym, they don't get friend. If they go to church, they don't get friend. They go to go and collect PVC. They voted in local
Wow.
government election, which I did not vote in, which is one of the key things that happened during this election.
Yes. We
They'll,
didn't even talk
they'll,
about that.
they'll have friend. They meet person for bus stop. They don't get friend. That no,
Wow.
don't be me. No,
I
no,
feel
no, no,
like
no,
this is short. I feel like he's so
no,
attacked by this
no,
your
no, 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 no. Sorry. But go
wow.
ahead. Give them the
Making
tips.
making
My sorry,
friends.
my own tip is that please, if you do cocaine, you're not my friend. If you say you're
Right.
into 419, you're not my friend. I think
Right.
if you're into ritual killing and blood money, you're not my friend. Apart
How
from
will you
that,
know?
no, if you have unquestionable source of income,
See, you
please,
know,
you're not my friend.
in
Thank
the
you.
rookie, because I've started watching the rookie again to catch up.
Oh, okay.
Shebi, the Pentagon killer, Shebi in wife, how many 40 something years they live together in the same house, and she
Yeah.
didn't know that her husband. She
No,
had an
anybody can.
idea,
People make mistakes now. People make
right,
mistakes.
for 40 something years.
But it's not the one that you will not be today. I say you sell Lamborghini, tomorrow you get Benz. So what do you do? My brother is just business, but we thank God, just thank God that
Because it
whatever
be
we lay our hands.
things,
I
but it can
know.
happen, no.
See,
Yeah, it did happen.
I
Hmm.
watch Ashley Woso and their ilk in Nollywood. I know what people do in this part of the country. Thank you. Sacrifices have to be made. And I'm not going to be
Everything.
sacrificed.
Oh
Yes.
shit. Because of this thing you just said, I want to read something I saw from Funke Akindele.
Okay. Hold on.
Um,
Also, if you borrow money for Pampe, please cannot be my friend. Thank you.
how you gonna? Oh, by the time they start to send you threatening messages,
Yes. Yes.
that if you are
And
friends, we are friends with this person.
I do not know those ones. I beg.
Okay, so I'm going to start my own session of tips on making friends. I don't know if it's in Lagos or general. I was in Lagos.
Yes, Lagos. Or Nigeria. Let's put Nigeria. Don't let us be
Okay,
elitist.
generally, let's just say generally, just making friends generally. I'm going to start it
No,
with this.
Nigeria is peculiar, please. Thank you.
Okay. I feel
But
like
anyhow,
human beings are
rough up.
human beings everywhere, you know. But
Eh,
okay. I'm going to start with this quote I saw on Snapchat. Someone posted it, and it's by Funke Akindele. She said this. Says, envy no one. For whatever you see, a price was paid. You might see the success, the spotlight, the lifestyle, but you don't see the sacrifices. You don't see the late nights. You don't see the setbacks, the doubts, the pain they had to push through just to stand where they are. Every win has a cost. Every glow up came with growing pains. And every strong person you admire once had to fight battles you never fully understand. So instead of comparing, start preparing. Build your own, earn your own, walk your own path with pride because when it's your time, you know it wasn't handed to you. You paid your own price, and that kind of success hits different. Um, I'll say the first thing for making friends, just based off of this short write up here, is know yourself before you even get into a relationship with anybody. Because from you first before them, I very often hear people have very unrealistic expectations of friends when they themselves have also not availed themselves the opportunity to be those people or that person for themselves as well. So which of the this thing philosophers said, is it Aristotle or Plato or Socrates? Man, know thyself. Before you decide that you want to build a relationship, know yourself. If not, you get into a relationship and expect the other person to fill you up. So whatever relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business partnership, whatever it is, know yourself first. Know what you want. Some weeks ago we are having a conversation on this podcast, and I said every relationship is transactional. This is the truth. Every transaction is no money. So if you like go and be thinking it in another way, I can't basaragi. I don't know. However, know yourself first and know what you want from that relationship. Nobody's just vibing sometimes. Some people are strategic. They would, we've come to understand. But you know what you want first from yourself for yourself before you go into a relationship, and then start to what's the word? Grow and understand things based off of that. Sometimes the some people get into friendships that the signs were so clear that this person is like this, but you trick yourself, you do a lulu thing like, oh, don't worry, when it gets there I'll be I'll change the man. Shout out to the changers of people and people changers, all the people that say they want to go into a relationship to change a person. Please don't do it. So know yourself, know what you want from that relationship, so that when you go in, you're clear-headed, and be clear. Yes, be very clear what it is that you want from a person. I want to be friends with you. Okay. Not that you want to be something more. You're not gonna say I want to be a friend to you. Now enter the you now start to frustrate the other person's life and your own life. Please don't frustrate anybody. Be very clear with what it is that you want from the other person and communicate that to the person. Um, there was a point I wanted to bring out from this thing I just even said now. Ugh, when I remember, I'll say it.
Easy tiger,
Um,
easy tiger.
be yourself, right? Be yourself. Try to no pretense. No, everybody is just a person. Every people are just people. Try to be yourself. Also, if you want to be trusted, be willing to all if you want to be trusted, be willing to also share or be willing to open up yourself to scrutiny so that you can be trusted. Some people are very guarded and expect people to wade through their waters and climb their high hole walls just to get to something that they know that they're not willing to share or give. If you want to get, then you must give. Nobody's just going to blindly trust you just because you are you. Who are you? You know, be interested in this, in knowing the person, ask questions, show empathy, And don't try, some people, there's a very thin line between showing interest and being nosy. Very thin line that some people cross. If a person is not willing to share something with you, don't keep nudging and bugging and sneaking around to try to find. If they don't want to tell you, then they don't want to tell you. None of your business, not your circus, not your monkey. Face your front, right? Try to also be an approachable person. Try to also be friendly. Friendly doesn't mean touching a person in their personal space or even reaching your hand out to touch a person, whether it's same sex or a different. You just met somebody and you want to be touching them. Also, mind your language. A lot of people become too familiar too quick. You meet somebody today, you're saying, "Ah, babe, how far? Ah, my guy, how you day? Please be. Can I know you, sir? Please explain yourself. Who are you? First, don't be familiar too quick. Um, try to give it time for whatever it is to marinate, and then allow people to open up to you. Set boundaries. Yeah. You are not the same friends to all your friends. That's the truth. Whether you like it or not. You cannot be everything to one person. This also goes for people who have high expectations from their friends sometimes. Or let me not say high. High. They're not unrealistic, but sometimes they are really high. Your friend cannot be everything for you. You need different friends for different reasons. You cannot have one friend that is the total. I'm not saying it's impossible. However, do not expect one person to be everything to you. Invest in other friendships. Also, not everybody is your friend. Feel very comfortable with, being okay with, oh, that's my and that's an acquaintance, or this is my colleague from work. Give people proper labels. Not that everybody hand channel it, just put them inside one group chat, say, oh, this is my friend. No. And then when you do that and they're not reciprocating, you get into that place where you get into resentment and you start to hate them and you pull away,
Yeah.
and then there's the whole messiness. Please be very sure. Try to ascertain where in people's lives you stand. If a person is your friend, know where they stay. Be part of their life. Show up for them. One thing I want to say, I think it's by Oscar Wilde, but this is not verbatim. The burden of relationship is discomfort, right? If you are not ready to be uncomfortable, please do not make friends. I beg you. If you are
Yep.
not ready to be uncomfortable, do not make friends, because friends will tug at everything that you hold dear. Your time, your resources, your mind, your personal space. They will tug at everything because they need you when they need you. And the burden of friendship is to show up, like even on the days where you don't want to. However, if you really truly can't communicate, learn to communicate. A lot of friendships have died from lack of proper communication. Please show empathy. If you're not ready to be empathetic to another person, if you're not ready to be uncomfortable, if you're not ready to overshare, if you're not ready to trust another, please face your front. Don't make friend. That is it. And also use the right
Nice.
labels. Thanks and God bless. And pray before you enter friendship, because who you make friend with can change your entire life. So be
True
careful,
that.
guys.
True that. True that. True that.
Thanks. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. So
How did
let's
that
talk away
go?
collect for free. It was nice. It was cool. It was quality channel.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, let's
That's
go.
how you
What
make
what what's
friends.
friendship for you?
I say me, I make
But
friends once a blue moon. So my own case is extra. Is niche. It's not for the mainstream. Yeah.
see, I was one of those people that if he likes one thing, then he likes that thing, and it just stays there.
That's why. Please, thank you.
Yeah,
Bryce
it
is waiting for me.
doesn't.
I
It's
know
not
today you ever agree.
experimental.
No, 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 no. Now
Not that
experiment go
person.
enter one chance. No, 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 no.
But that's what
Thank you very
life is
much.
for.
Yes.
Experiment, try new
I
things.
experiment in films, in music, and all that. But no, my circle is my circle. Thank you very
Fair,
much.
fair.
Not
I
today.
respect that as well. It's
Yeah,
important.
yeah, it
It's so
is.
important. Yeah. Like, respect your circle, love them, or let them know that you love them, you guys.
Would they try?
Uh, do you understand? Some of you are waiting for a relationship before you show love. Show love to yourself. Show love to your friends. Anybody else show love to your family. Anybody who's coming into your life is going to take a cue from all the ways that those people love you and how you love them, and will treat you accordingly. And I say this for a fact, because some weeks ago, somebody was giving me some gist about this babe that got into this marriage. You know how you're comfortable with your spouse. I don't believe in the ones that some people say they tell everything to their spouse. Well, I take that back. I'm not
Whatever works
advising
for you.
anybody.
Potato,
Yeah,
potato.
exactly. Whatever works for you. And then, she has always been saying how her family is so this and her family is so that. And then, long and short of the story, the husband used to not treat her very badly. Of course, it started with butterflies and lovey-dovey everywhere. And then he started treating her really badly and started to hit her so much that she then passed, he unalived her. Let me say it
Damn.
like Ray Williams. Yeah, he unalived her. And it was based off of the fact that she first of all had communicated her family, because in her opinion, her family were the worst people that have ever walked the face of the earth. And the husband knew that he could do anything he wanted to her, because nothing was going to happen. And she, Kukuma, has already used her hand to excommunicate her family. And that was it. For months she wasn't there anymore, and her family didn't even know. Crazy.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. Let's jump into the next one. And it is our brand new segment, or the one we just or remix segment. Once
Mm.
upon a time in Nigeria.
Whoop,
And
whoop.
we are going to the great ancient city of in short, every city in Nigeria is ancient these days.
At this
Kano.
point.
And we are going to
Ooh.
highlight a key event that happened in 1980, which bears a lot of similarity to what happened with the rising of Boko Haram 2 decades later, I think. Yes, I think it's 2 decades plus. Yeah. And I had to distill this one. But if you
Mm-hmm.
want to actually, let me look for that link. I'll tell Nana to put it in the show notes. If
Okay.
you actually want to read the full thing, is on Human Angle. So Human Angle is a niche news website in Nigeria
Mm-hmm.
that focuses on terrorism in the north. And if you really want to know the state of
Mm.
things in the north in terms of terrorism, Boko Haram, and all that, that is the place to go. They have some quality reporting there. Very great reporting. So they did this
Amazing.
throwback article about a 1980 um, riot in Kano that left 4,000 Nigerians dead. I
Hmm.
repeat, 4,000 Nigerians dead. So I had to summarize
Crazy.
this. Shout out to ChatGPT because I am not in school anymore and I don't have the power to summarize unless it's not the work, unless it's the work I'm doing. If it's the book I'm writing, yes, but this one, nah. Too long, didn't read it, so I'll just need to summarize it. So here goes. This is like 6 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
The 1980 Kano riots, also known as the Mycenae, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, Mycenae riots, was one of the most violent and consequential episodes of religious unrest in Nigeria's post-independence history. It took place in December 1980 in Kano, a major northern city, and was led by a radical Islamic preacher named Muhammad Mawa Maitasine, popularly known as Maitasine. Yeah. He and his followers, called the Yantasini, preached a puritanical version of Islam that rejected modernity, Western education, and even certain Islamic practices considered mainstream by the majority of Nigerian Muslims. Maitasine's teachings gained traction among urban poor, jobless youths, and social outcasts who saw in his message a radical rejection of the corrupt elites and inequalities of modern Nigerian society. The riot erupted when clashes broke out between Maitasine's followers and the Nigerian police. Tensions had been building for months due to the group's confrontational stance and the state's failure to curtail its growing influence. When law enforcement moved to disperse a Maitasine gathering, the conflict escalated into a full-scale urban battle in the streets of Kano. Maitasine's followers, many armed with crude weapons, resisted for several days, leading to intense violence. Nigerian security forces, including the army, were eventually deployed to crush the uprising. By the time the violence was subdued, over 4,000 people had been killed, including civilians, police officers, soldiers, and many of the young Tatsini. Mata Tatsini himself was found dead during the crackdown, though some of his followers claimed he had survived. The destruction left parts of Kano in ruins and exposed the government's unpreparedness to deal with religious extremism and urban militancy. Thousands were displaced, and the state was forced to impose the military-style curfew to restore order. The significance of the 1980 Kano riot lies not only in its death toll, but its revelation of deep socio-economic and religious tensions in Nigeria. It exposed how urban poverty, youth alienation, and radical ideology could combine into a combustible force. The riot also shattered the assumption that Islamic extremism was a foreign phenomenon. It showed that local movements rooted in social grievances could become violent and disruptive within Nigeria itself. Though Maitasine was killed, his ideology survived. The riot in Kano was followed by similar uprisings in other northern cities throughout the 1980s, including Maiduguri, Yola, and Gombe. This subsequent riot led to thousands more deaths and confirmed that the Maitasine movement had moved into a wider insurgency. Some analysts see the ideological seeds of later extremist groups like Boko Haram, the legacy of Maitasine, especially in their mutual rejection of Western values, disdain for the states, and appeal to marginalized populations. In the high sides, the 1980 Kano riots marked the beginning of a new phase of religious militancy in Nigeria. It forced the government to rethink security policy and religious regulation. Though with limited long-term success, it remains a tragic but essential episode for understanding the complex intersections of religion, politics, and poverty in northern Nigeria, and how those forces continue to shape the country's conflict landscape today. Now, the amazing thing is that Muhammad Marwa, known as Maitasini, was not originally Nigerian by birth. He was believed to have been born in Marwa, a town in northern Cameroon, around 1927. He later migrated to northern Nigeria, likely in the 1940s or 50s, settling in Kano, where he gradually became a controversial religious preacher. While he lived in Nigeria for decades and had a strong following there, his foreign origin was one of the reasons the Nigerian authorities were suspicious of him, especially as his teachings began to challenge the state and Orthodox Islamic leadership. Some accounts suggest he was expelled from Nigeria in the 1960s or 1970s due to his inflammatory preaching, but later returned illegally. By the late 1970s, he had built a cult-like movement of followers, mostly drawn from poor, disaffected youth. So while Maitasine was a long-term resident of Nigeria and operated primarily in Kano, his Cameroonian origin is widely accepted by historians and official records. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the summary of the 1980 Kano riots, Maitasine riot, also known as the Maitasine or Maitatsin riot. In Human Angle, there's a picture of him when he was in police custody shortly before the violent 1980 uprising. Yes. So just go there and read it. And there's also a summary tab. I just saw the summary tab now. It is there for lazy people like us that don't want to read in too much.
So read the whole thing.
Yes.
Key points.
From this, you can see. I wish we had ChatGPT during the university. I say, please summarize this lecture.
We had key points now.
And give me key points. But anyway, that is the background to the night. You see the similarities between this and Boko Haram that emerged later in the late 2000s, I believe. Nobody should quote me. I do not know the history of Boko Haram, but I believe that is when they went mainstream. So yes, no be today.
Same. Remember our... You get? Remember Bosse? Bosse that was on one of our episodes some years ago.
Yep, I remember.
Shout out to Bosse. She was actually telling me recently about one of these many riots in Kano, and how like dead bodies used to just litter all over the place. There were too many dead bodies to be cleaned up every day that they just left people on the ground, and then pigs used to go and eat the dead bodies there, and people would just be jumping over. Crazy as shit. Nigeria has really
been battered a lot.
Do you understand? And nothing happens from nowhere. There's always precedence. Sometimes we always feel like, oh, this thing just came from. No, it didn't come from any. It started somewhere, and then it builds and it morphs and it changes face, name, and then becomes a whole thing. But rightly, I'm sure that some of this is also rooted in the maybe grievance of Boko Haram people or something, because this is how militancy started in the south too. Don't drill our lands, don't mess up our lands. If you must mess up our lands, give us money. It can't be police and thief. Can't be police and thief. They can't they play for there till the thing became full blown militancy. Now, for you to even access the waterways from the south of Nigeria, if you don't have police, now you know it's in go find for there by yourself in the first place.
Yeah.
It's always people will be groaning and complaining about something, and then nothing is done. How do you expect
Yes, it
such shit like
shows
that?
this was from the history. We could say that this guy was work. He already was here for decades, and he was
Exactly.
preaching this form of extremism that you know that not created a violent incident, and nothing was well. We won't say nothing was done. He was what they call it when he kicked somebody out of it. He was deported. He came back
Mm,
into the country illegally, and that is what we are still facing today in Nigeria, where our border security is porous.
honestly.
Steve said there was one time when they went for a football event in Cameroon, and literally
Mm,
you can just walk past the border,
over
just show them
defense.
my ID,
Yeah.
yeah, just walk past the border, legal
Yes,
border,
so
oh, just walk past the border, and we can see how this has contributed to the insecurity in the north and everything.
honestly.
Religious extremism too is very important, and not only with Islam, also with Christianity also. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think the government needs to start monitoring so-called men of God or Islamic preachers who push extremism like this that are very dangerous and want to
Honestly.
break the social fabric or even the peace of the country. Something needs to be done about this kind of people, And their preachings don't just happen overnight, or it doesn't become successful
Mm-hmm.
overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
because that they were, the
Planting
government has failed.
seeds.
There are
Mm-hmm.
failures from the government, like they say, yeah, unemployment, and all that, which still happens today. That's what also led to Boko Haram. Because if I'm working 9 to 5, there's nobody that's going to come and tell me that I should go and fight for. Are you mad? Are you crazy, fam? It can't work. You know, Not to say like
But you,
if you go to an urban area now, I don't want to paint Lagos as like London, but it's very hard for someone to come out in Lagos and not tell you that you should go and fight. Bro, even to go and protest, it's hard to tell Lagosians, oh, you need to stay, you don't need to go to work today. Today, there's no work. We go out and we protest. That's bro.
but we've done it now. We've done it
That's what
many
I'm saying.
times.
It has to be done when you don't reach the when you don't reach our head, where we can no longer
Mm.
breathe. But you just come out to tell people that, oh, you keep preaching to people and say, oh, you should go and fight and kill. Huh? Excuse me? It doesn't
He
work that
says,
way.
huh?
If government doesn't do anything with
Crazy.
unemployment and youth, things like this will keep happening. Like you said, the South thing didn't just happen overnight. People were clamoring
Mm-hmm.
for all resource in their states. Nobody heard them.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody like Kansarewa,
It
who
took to
used was using
arms.
was using logic and politics and saying, "Oh, more this is okay. We want to determine how much goes to the government and how much comes to us." If we don't listen, then Dokubos and Tompolos arose, and when they started killing people, expatriates in oil wells, and started burning up gas pipelines,
Mm.
then I said, "Okay, let's do amnesty. Let's start giving these people." And it doesn't even still it doesn't help the community
Till
because
now.
there are stories that these oil companies used to even pay for. They used to do when you pay for damages. What's that word? I've forgotten it. I've
Um.
forgotten the word, right? Or they go to oil settlement, oil rich communities or villages and give them money, right? Compensation, yeah, basically compensation.
Mm.
And you find out that the leaders of these villages are the ones that take the money and now say, I will not share it across, will not share it to the village. It will not even benefit the village at the end of the day. So you see one chief, Pepe Clark, driving jeep in your village,
Pepe
and
clock.
you're wondering where the money is coming from. Or Shell says, oh, they want to ensure that there's 24/7 electricity in this community. And the elders will say, no, 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 just give us the money. All the money you need to do all that, just give it to us and we eat it. So it's a lot of work. And then the unemployment causes a lot of issues. In the
Mm-hmm.
South here, we already know that, you know, there are boys who are already initiated into, what it is. We will not talk past that one. Before you used to be the university, you have to go to a higher institution. But now, in the streets now, these boys are all over your streets now because
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing for them. School, everybody knows school is a joke now. They believe school is a joke. And even if you go and get your degree, where is work at the end of the day? There's no honor in hard work anymore. Who wants to be a bricklayer? Who wants to be a organizer? Who wants to be a carpenter? Who wants to be a mechanic? No. They see that guy driving an SUV, like, bro, that's the way. And the guy that drive the SUV is
Same.
telling them this is the way forward, and they'll tell you school not scam. So it is what it is. If the government doesn't pay, the government is only paying lip service to all this. I know that soldiers died and policemen died, but and this is why I hate to use American as an example because people now say blah 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 blah. For
Mm.
every influential person who rises up in America, the CIA is following you because
Mm-hmm.
they know that this guy goes left and calls for civil um civil unrest or civil uprising. There's going to be a problem. So that's why there are open cases on Malcolm X, um, Martin Luther King. Because those were people
Mm-hmm.
who could command influence from a group of people who felt rightly disgruntled that this country is not
Mm-hmm.
working for us. That was let's check. For this guy, it was, that even football, when football was becoming very
Mm-hmm.
popular among the masses, the government kept eyes on football because it could incite any emotion and just lead to an uprising, you know. But in
Exactly.
Nigeria, we just pay lip service to all these things and just keep quiet. And, there are many riots that followed after Kano riots. There was the Kaduna one too. There's just, yeah. So,
I think every part of this country has had a riot.
of course, this is
Not
Nigeria.
not even
I don't
I
know about
think every
Abuja. Abuja get riots. Has Abuja riot there before?
I think so.
No, Abuja
Let's check
is an
that.
artificial city, so
Since an
is
artificial
the
city
is the baby of the nation actually. So
is the seat of power.
he's the last born. I know the last born. No, they need to
And
be
during what thing they call NSAS
census.
self, they even
No, no, we don't talk of
like
riot.
okay, like a riots.
Like a riot. It's very hard for you to do a riot in Abuja. If anybody do anything, they will just release the seventh infantry of the Nigerian army. What we don't shoot there. But before you go and do that one in Calabar and before army reach there, if I don't do some things before, if I don't do some damage before anything they happen, no. Yeah, it's
So
wild.
I'm checking if Abuja has ever rioted. Well, number one is NSAS. Then religious clashes in the 2000s. Political protests and labor strikes, but nothing as Abarume riots, for instance.
Yeah, not a lot, not.
Nothing cause worthy of a cause or cause worthy or how do we say it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the one that fellas mom did in Abeokuta where they disposed of the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Nothing to
Gang.
yeah. Wow. About
All
their
right.
own riots.
Let us talk about the big
Wow.
elephant in the room.
Mm.
And that is, we all know that when President Buhari passed away on Sunday, it was earlier reported that he was admitted into a UK hospital. There were footages after his death of his family members entering the UK clinic. Well, it's called a clinic. So, but you don't say UK
Yeah.
clinic, you go better pass general hospital. We saw family members coming out to cry. We saw a lot of sympathizers. Uh, and you saw how the official, what's that English? The rollout of events, happened where the
Mm.
president released the statement. He now ordered his vice president to go
To go.
and bring the body back into Nigeria for for proper burial rites. He was meant to have been buried that day, according to Islamic rites, I believe, or at least on a Monday.
Yeah.
But because of one or two things, they had to make sure he was buried on a Tuesday. Um, many people had released their statements, mourning his passing and wishing the best for his family. A lot of politicians, former heads of state in other countries, ambassadors, everybody from walks of life, basically. The
Yeah.
mood on Twitter was very, very quick to express their thoughts about Buhari's legacy.
Of
Um,
course.
he was called a coup plotter, a man who held a generation captive twice,
Mm-hmm.
an economic killer, and all that. Some people say we should not make fun of the dead. People who worked with him spoke about him in glowing terms, how he was very, very simple and he didn't live a very flashy lifestyle. Uh, Yet and yet and yet. And the young people on Twitter came out just gave their own verdict about Buhari. And there was a clash. Some people were saying, no, you should not speak ill of the dead. And the younger ones were saying, no, this is somebody who held their lives back for 8 years and all that. He has been buried now. His body came into the country this afternoon, Tuesday,
Mm.
when we were recording. and his body was welcomed by the president of Nigeria, chief commander in chief of the armed forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he took his body to the private residence, and he was buried in his favorite spot in his garden. And lo and behold, that is the end of one of the most important, I would say, whether you feel negative or positive about him. He was very important. Most important man to
Yep.
have ruled this country. He ruled Nigeria twice. He ruled for almost up to 2 years in the military era in the mid 80s before a coup disposed, kicked him out, the Babangida coup. Also, it has to be said that he kicked out a democratically elected president,
President.
so to say, Shagari, and he came into power, and he brought a lot of harsh measures and discipline, so-called discipline, to Nigerian life. But after like a year and a half or almost 2 years, um, the center could not hold again. Things fell apart, as Chino Achebe said, and
So,
Babangida took over the reins of power. Now, since the return of democracy, it has always been his ambition to rule Nigeria once again. He tried severally to become president. It didn't work. He came close in the 2011 presidency, but unfortunately lost. And the backlash in the north was heavy, where I think hundreds of people died, and Buhari never ever never took responsibility for for that protest, or the lives of the people that got lost. And 2015, or prior to 2015, he had to merge with a certain Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was the bastion of politics in the southwest, and he had a freshly minted political party, and they merged and created the APC. And on that wing, and with that political power, and also because of the failings of the Jonathan administration, and with the use of social media, uh, Jonathan was kicked out of office, which was very rare when an incumbent president in Nigeria, even in Africa, was kicked out by a new or a candidate. And Buhari came into power with a lot of promise and goodwill. I don't think in my lifetime I had seen a politician come into power as the president of Nigeria with a lot of goodwill and hope. People were celebrating when the results were read. When it was announced that Jonathan Goodluck had made a call to Buhari, congratulating him on winning the election, it was like a party. Say Baba was on everybody's lips before the election, during the election, and shortly after the election. He was seen as the
no
man of the
Michelle.
people. Sorry, no verse. Okay. I like how Ugochi just put down place.
I beg, I know jubilate too
Is
because
it
I know
like
follow for that one.
one of the? But I'm not saying the mood of the nation was like a lot of people were saying, okay, you will handle economy, you bring back Nigeria's economy, cut waste, and handle corruption. Then the disillusionment began, and we now realized not realized very quickly that we were fed a false narrative. Um, I would once again, I would like to read the objective summary of Buhari's tenure as president. Hold on, let me look for that. Let me look for that breakdown. Where is it? Too many tabs. Jesus Christ. Yes. Hold on. So we'll start with strength and achievements. May not say person do bad. If not be good. As I said earlier, number one, he had an historic electoral win, became the first opposition candidate to unseat a sitting president in Nigeria's history. That was in 2015. Like I said, anti-corruption drive, launched high-profile prosecutions through the EFCC, over 600 convictions, including judges and military officers. Introduced the Treasury single account, improving transparency in public finances. So you know how the government had different accounts, and they'll say, "Oh, we found 500 billion here, we found 5 billion here," or what money missed anywhere. He made sure that there was only one account for the federal government. Infrastructure projects, which a lot of his people always shout about. Major projects like the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Second Niger Bridge, and a new standard gauge rail lines. Stimulated private investment in transportation, aviation, and energy. Initial Boko Haram pushback. Early military gains against Boko Haram with parts of the northeast regained. That is true. Relocated military command closer to conflict zones. That was true. Peaceful power transmission. Obviously, he had to please. He was even tired 8 years. So I don't think this should be even a plus for him. Now, criticisms and failures. Selective anti-corruption campaign. Critics argued the fight was politically selective, targeting opponents while protecting allies. Reports of nepotistic hiring retaining unqualified individuals in office. Normal. This is the one that everybody has a grouse with Buhari. This is the major. This is a huge legacy I'm about to read. Nigeria entered two recessions. Inflation sharply
Walai.
increased and currency devalued drastically. The second, under economic decline, rising poverty and unemployment, Nigeria became world's poverty capital at mid 40% poverty rates. That is unforgivable. These two things I just read now are unforgivable, and that is the bedrock of Buhari's legacy. Security crisis. Boko Haram persisted. Banditry, kidnappings, and communal violence surged. We all know Fulani headsmen and all that again. The headsmen. Sorry, not Fulani, the headsmen. Under security crisis, over 63,000 violent deaths recorded between 2015 to 2023. 63,000 Nigerians lost their lives between 2015 to 2023, an 8-year gap. Human rights concerns. Crackdowns on protesters, mostly notably during NSAS, and press restrictions, including a Twitter ban. Incidents like the Zaria massacre highlighted ongoing military abuses. Policy blunders. Slow cabinet formation. That's why it was named Baba Go Slow. Remember, we all thought that Buhari will enter all these years that he has been planning. He already knows whose cabinet is.
I'm telling you, just to execute.
Man took like 7 months to even bring out a list. That's where the first of all people were like,
it was even more.
Yeah. And he also had opaque health issues which fostered public distrust among people in the country. So we all know that he had serious health issues, which made him leave the country for several months, which sort of looked like the Yaroda presidency, and people were already speculating he was dead, which started the beef between him and Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu said Buhari had died, and his clone, Jubrin, is the one that was the president. And that now became a famous joke on many American late night shows. Yeah. And when he came back, Buhari said, "Where's that motherfucker?" Secondly, controversial economic decision. Fuel subsidy removal, land border closure. This man closed our borders. He closed our borders, ruined the economy. And Naira design failed in economic instability. Now, if anybody knows me, you can listen back to old episodes during this Naira design. That was a hellish moment in Nigerian history.
Honestly.
People were queuing up outside banks 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., begging for their own money. People to collect 2,000, you have to pay like 4,000. It was insane. Your own money. Bank apps crashed because the high volume of transactions was too much. The threshold was too much. They couldn't just sustain it.
There was not even money in circulation.
There was no money in circulation. Yes. If you
couldn't get cash, you couldn't get money.
If you saw your POS person with money, first of all, the tax, they will first tax you. You just, I just go sit down for house. People died. A man's pregnant wife died in the labor room because he couldn't get cash to even pay the hospital. A woman that had a POS business was burnt to death by angry youths. And that's why when we speak in anger, people say no. But Nigerians are very quick to forget. But thankfully, we have the internet now. We saw these things live.
For those that use it.
Yes. Also, regional and ethnic tensions. Accused of favoring northern and military networks, reinforcing ethnic divisions. Standard. Even our bros here is doing it now. National unity sometimes trained under uneven socio-economic policies. Buhari's legacy is a mix of discipline and disappointment. He broke democratic ground and championed anti-graft rhetoric while launching transformative infrastructure projects. But his administration also struggled with governance, saw security deteriorate, and allowed economic hardship and human rights abuses to happen. So also, we cannot forget two key incidents that happened in his presidency. The COVID-19 response, what Buhari got right, rapid action on lockdowns. Nigeria imposed early border closures and city lockdowns in March 2020. Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun States were shut down quickly. This helped delay a large-scale outbreak. Creation of the Presidential Task Force. The PTF coordinated daily briefings, testing, and awareness campaigns. NCDC under Dr. Chikwe Ehekwezu. Sorry, I know I murdered your name. Please don't be annoyed. I'm sending a palm wine up to your family right now. And public trusts. Engage with global institutions. Nigeria received support from WHO and COVAX. Buhari's government aligned with global health protocols and mobilized some private sector support via the COVID initiative. What he got wrong? Poor communication and leadership presence. Buhari was mostly absent from public view during the early crisis. We literally had to beg this man to address the nation. We had to literally beg, go on our knees and say, something is killing people around the world. Buhari, where are you? His lack of direct national addresses. unlike many world leaders, created a leadership vacuum. Palliative scandal. Food and relief materials meant for the poor were hoarded by government
That
officials.
was terrible.
Protests and looting later exposed warehouses full of hidden aid. Can we all remember in Jos where
Mm-hmm.
they raided a warehouse and the warehouse looked
Mm-hmm.
empty at the end of the day? Or people that were hoarding Indomie. Shout out to Falano, Faz's father. Politicians were hoarding Indomie and were now using it as party packs, as
Mm.
a gifts in their parties, at their parties. Come on. Vaccine hesitancy and rollout issues. The government was slow to build vaccine confidence and logistics, leading to a low early uptake. Enforcement, okay, that was not part of it. Um, NSAS response, failures and fallout, slow detached response. Buhari was silenced for days, probably weeks, during the peaceful protest against police brutality. His first public address didn't acknowledge the killings of protesters' legitimate concerns. The Lekki
Mm.
toll gate shooting, which is the number one issue of Buhari's legacy, October 2020. Nigeria
Mm.
Army opened allegedly, because I don't want to sleep in Ikoyi. Nigeria Army allegedly opened fire on peaceful protesters. Despite overwhelming evidence, videos, eyewitnesses, the government denied any wrongdoing. This destroyed public trust, especially among young Nigerians. Repression over reform. Rather than meaningfully reform the police, the government focused on clamping down on activists, seizing passports, freezing bank accounts, arresting and surveilling protesters. International condemnation. This grew. This response drew global outrage. Celebrities, activists, and institutions condemned the Nigerian government's handling of the issue. SARS was officially disbanded, though quickly rebranded as SWAT with little
Mm.
change. Some states set up judicial panels of inquiry into police abuse, but follow through was poor. What these two crises reveal about Buhari's leadership. COVID-19. Functional systems held. I remember when WHO actually applauded Nigeria for the way they rolled out for how they handled the COVID-19 virus, because the funny thing was that because we have been dealing with a lot of diseases like measles and polio, our medical system was quick to adapt to whatever challenges came. Unlike Western world, where they've not had a case of polio in how many decades, so they didn't know how to initially respond to all this. So yes, functional systems held, but moral leadership was absent. NSAS, authoritarian, reactive, emotionally disconnected. Trust collapse, especially with youth and civil society. And ladies and gentlemen, that was 234 essentials, not CNN. 234 essentials. You can't get
Mm.
analysis on CNN or BBC or even NTA.
Period.
NTA that's now on TikTok and now disturbing the whole world. Um,
See, unemployed Gen
this was brought to
Zs
you
to
by
handle their
234
accounts.
Essential.
Yep.
Whoever is handling the accounts for NTA, they try. Now, programming
No,
now,
I
they beg
love
for.
it.
Make the programming now just meet up with what you are saying.
It's entertaining. Kudos to NT. They don't try. But NT, thank you for this breakdown of Buhari's regime.
Yeah.
For those of us that have forgotten, because a lot of people have forgotten, plus the good, plus the bad. But truly and really, that whole naira scarcity just
Ooh,
before he left office,
him and
that was
Emefiele.
the last straw.
The one to what they do for Nigerians there,
Ah,
man.
it was a lot.
No, no, people suffered. People cried.
Do you get? I never
Mm.
believed that we would have a Nigeria like that, where they pulled out all the money, say you cannot use old notes. I have circulate the new notes now. Problem.
Till today, we
For
still have two sets of currencies.
yes, yes. And no, to rectify that one now, they would need to take another time and another whole process again to rectify that whole issue because of one. Anyway, this is his legacy. He has also left the legacy behind. You know,
Every
the
man will leave
legacy.
a legacy behind. So what you are doing now, always think about the legacy. Because sorry to cut you
Exactly.
short,
No, no, it's
his fam-
okay.
I saw Aisha Buhari say that there was a news story of Aisha Buhari needing to Nigeria to forgive
Mm,
Buhari. That's during his last days or so, that when we were talking, he was always telling her that please tell Nigerians that if I offended them in my shortcomings and my undoings, that they should
mm,
forgive me. You know,
child.
probably he saw the end and he knew that, bro, I fucked up. Because like I
Mm-hmm.
said, bro, the way you came into this country, 2015, oh, people don't think, no, everywhere goes still. I mean, no
Mm,
still, the rice born.
right.
Oh. The rice born.
See, and there was no tomato to make stew.
There was a tomato, bro. God,
There
please,
was
why are
no
you bringing?
tomato.
We saw end of days in that man. End of days.
Mm-mm.
He tried us. He tried us. No, no, no,
See,
no, no.
we went through it. I don't think that Nigerians have suffered as much as the as much as we did during the Buhari regime. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, or because right now I don't feel like we're suffering the ways that this suffering now and that suffering very different. That one,
Very,
hmm,
yeah, that one was like,
it was
everything
like
has
there
to be
was
in
a famine.
context. For me in Nigeria, I think the sufferings are three regimes
Mm,
or four. IBB, economy was shit. That one didn't
mm-hmm.
even give a fuck. Abacha, Omo, anybody will talk, you
Ah,
collect. Yeah, if you talk, you go collect. You know, and if the nation was even shut down. There is sanctions, and was cut off from the world and
mm-hmm.
everything. Um, this person, Buhari zone was directionless. He had no direction, so directionless.
Mm-mm.
It just felt like, what is happening today? They'll say something today, but tonight they've cancelled. Like, what is happening? Who is
So
in charge?
uncertain.
Sometimes we're even asking, who is the president right now?
Exactly.
Who is this
Because he
person?
was away for a long time too. That's why he
Yes,
became influencer president now because it was every other
was working
day
from home.
out
Yes,
of exactly.
yes.
No.
And when the Kaban noticed that his deputy was getting too much attention and Yojitu was doing too much, I think he had an issue with the IG or something. I can't remember that
Mm,
particular episode. And the people around Barry were annoyed that he made a certain decision without consulting them. They put my guy in check, sharp, sharp. And if you notice, after Baba came back, like, our VP was just smiling and waving, smiling and waving. Yeah,
smiling
it
wave,
was
boys.
crazy times. This was the president that didn't feel the need to address the nation. When he addressed, it felt very, very robotic. Like
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't be bothered. The NSAS stuff, addressed the nation like other presidents have addressed. His advisors were saying that that's not his style. Which one is
Mm.
not his style? When you have this kind of job, that style is your style. Is it,
Every style.
bro? Bro, Buhari was, I think for us as we young Nigerians, Buhari was a myth before, where they told us that
Mm.
when Buhari was head of state, there was discipline, was fighting corruption, and we gave him the benefit of doubt. And bro, God, now God doesn't know our eyes see.
See, it's God that really helped us that period, though, because if there was ever a time, no, and truly, all the presidents that you mentioned, difficult, but the economy did not crash in the way that the Nigerian economy crashed in those 8 years that Buhari was
I said we
president.
had we had we had two recessions. That's
See,
back to back.
hmm.
That's very Dale back to back. Me,
Oh, is that how to pronounce his name?
I call him Zeridale. What do you
Me,
call
I
him?
call him Zeri Drill.
No, Zeridale. Me, I call him. Me, I don't know
Eh.
that one. No.
I beg, I see, don't they popular like this now? Maybe they need to be calling his name more because now he's Pluto something.
No,
Pluto,
that's the younger brother
their
now.
record label, Abby?
Pluto is the name of the record label, but I think the brother is called something. He's called Pluto something. I don't even know. There are three now, sure.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Eh,
They're like Migos now.
mm. Sh- Shout out to Charlie Poppy helping the brotherhood, his
They
brothers
don't,
and the hood,
you know,
all
even
of them.
get choice when they go and do family meeting
Jonathan.
in Benin. His mother say, or some how to once you need to rap like you. Yeah, carry and go Lagos.
Jonathan.
There's no, they're not even. There's no debate for that one.
Use Android body because you not feel live am for you, go cast for you. But yes, shout out to all the people who mourn the late President Muhammadu Buhari and to all those who I don't know, I don't want to say to all those who are making fun of personally, I don't see the excitement over his death because I mean he
I don't
wasn't
think it's an
president anymore and he
excitement,
wasn't
but it
going to
was a
come back
case.
anyway.
I don't think it's I think just a case of good riddance. Thanks for nothing. You know.
Uh yeah.
Yes. Which
Fair enough.
is a deserved reaction because
Mm-hmm.
I think this
Mm-hmm.
part of the world when people die, we tend to sugarcoat their legacy. But with social media now, people are like, now sorry if I know what I went through during this period. So yeah, obviously it's going
Our
down
eyes
in
see within
history.
our mouth no fit talk.
Obviously, it's going down in Nigerian history as the worst president ever because he had two, two, two,
Yeah.
two stabs at this and he failed woefully twice. Twice. Like I can
What's
get
that?
F9, you do F9, you enter SS3, you do SS1, you call it F9, you repeat again, you do F9. Bruh, can't learn trading.
See, and this is after many years of trying and trying again. This is a sound note to Atiku to go and rest because he don't to the move for many years now. He should go and sleep small so that other people can see other people that want to do can see somebody else. Tired of seeing him year after year. It's quite crazy.
Yes. Oh yes,
But
that's it. Yeah, please. Article 2 looks very, very he's looking very boorish, please. So it must not enter. Whatever
that
coalition they are
verb is
doing,
wild.
that coalition, well, I know my thought about next, but that coalition should never go to Buhari,
Being
please. I mean go to
adjective.
Article. Article.
Yes,
Just
sir.
give it to the man that everybody wants it to go to. Please. Don't do highest bidder. We are begging you people.
No, man, Nigeria has really been through a lot, and as people, I think we're deeply traumatized by all the occurrences of over the years. It will be traumatic to keep remembering all these many things. So we let it go with the
Yeah,
waves of time.
we delete the you know how some people experience traumatic experiences
Mm-hmm.
and they can't
And they block
recollect it
it out.
unless they
Mm-hmm.
go to like a shrink. And I think that's what Nigerians
Mm-hmm.
do. So you don't remember what
Honestly.
Buhari do? And I don't remember. I might not today like that. Such people think.
Mm. Now,
Oh.
Tinubu is the worst president ever now.
No, but you
It's
know
only a
that
matter of time.
in Nigeria, every president is the worst president ever. Yes,
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
yeah, so but you're saying he's the worst president here. Some people have become millionaires and billionaires under him. So
Do you get? Which is what
bruh.
like I was just about to say like he's was there are some things that if we really think about it, and this is definitely not a Tinubu support group or anything. If we really deep it though, there are some things that we are not really stressing about anymore.
Oh yes, because it's like when you are you have a long term relationship with a toxic person
Mm,
and you now begin to just see this as normal behavior and you don't just care anymore. So you don't expect. See, Nigerians will argue will fight a Peter Obi more because
mm,
Peter Obi is a shock to the system. What do you mean
mm,
a presidential candidate only has one car? You only seen in one car. Doesn't have a
mm,
security detail. What do you mean that he's humble or something, something? We expect our politicians to always choke us in the eye. Say, yes.
mm,
When they come, they flog like three people. They whoa, 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 the top king. That's what
mm,
we want. We expect the wickedness now. So when somebody's pleasant to us or caring or shows care, we say, no, this person is not sincere. There's an ulterior motive there, you know. That's what
mm,
it's like when you have electricity for 24 hours. You're like, I'm on
mm,
NEPA, please stay these lights
mm.
now. I get this what I want to do.
Do you
Please,
understand?
I beg you in the name of God. Or
More
even if a
recently,
stranger walks up to you and says,
mm,
hi, hello, and maybe gives you something like, maybe imagine somebody gives you like lollipop or something now. You say, "Ah, this
mm-hmm.
one you want to use me for ritual. Someone use me for
Exactly.
ritual, you know. Or a photographer just, if a public photographer just say, can I take a picture of you when you're out in public? Maybe I say, no, you want to use my image for satanic purposes.
Well, exactly.
Meanwhile, in other parts of the world, photographers go out and say, hey, can I have a take a no wahala. But we in Nigeria, we dey find
Trust
waiting the
issues, man.
waiting they feel use this kind of thing do. Waiting, what's the whole thing about? So we really have trust issues in this country, serious trust
We
issues.
do.
Yeah.
Deep-seated
That's why we will
ones.
fight a Peter Obi and allow corrupt politicians to enter because that one we know. But this one where they come, he might just deceive us again and dash our hopes and we're just gonna die. If we go
It's too
crazy
good
now,
to be true.
it should be good to do. I also think that is this
Oof.
system or is already ingrained with corruption. That's why it needs to thrive. So when somebody comes and say he wants to fight against corruption or inefficiency or incompetent people, it
Mm,
threatens their livelihood, and they're like, "Nah, fam, no, we cannot. No, this guy will kill us."
mm-hmm.
So that's how it is.
Crazy. But affection will not rise the second time. So we are happy that we are where we are right now. We can only go forward from here by collective efforts, by intentionally voting for the right people to get into power. But I feel like there are things that we should just also agree with that is part is not only is it lawful, but it's also cultural, and they've sort
Okay,
of like
so
blended into each other in Nigeria.
Tinubu winning the next election is nobody should be surprised. Everybody should just clear eye. Just everybody. Is 20 wait 2031. That's what we
Mm,
should be looking at. Yes. 2027. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's just
Crazy.
accept and let's just move on. May no fights. May no cause fights. I beg. Because
We
apart from
hope.
the fact that you say, oh, you don't want Tinubu there. This is how politicians think. You don't want Tinubu
Mm-hmm.
there, right? So who are you going to vote? Per chance,
Who's
per
the other
chance,
person?
per chance, there's a slim chance somewhere on the cross of Calvary that Peter Obi wins. They not to look at you and like, no, a Santana cannot do another 4 years. Oh. That Tinubu has done 4 years. If Obi does 4 years, that's it. If 4 years for South has finished, and that causes a whole new wahala again. And this is where they are thinking. This is how they are thinking
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing now is allow Baba finish his 4 years. Because the permutation and combination, if anybody for that mass, and I know will like him for this country. And these politicians don't play fair. They don't play fair. Also,
At all.
Steve was saying this, on Loose Talk that this is article
Mm-hmm.
2027 is article's last chance. The
Mm-hmm.
North will not be mad if a Northerner wins this election and rules for 8 years. Right? But
Mm-hmm.
as article is still permitting 2027, El-Rufai is looking at 2031, which is the realistic
Mm-hmm.
time a Northerner is coming back into power. El-Rufai is not looking at 2027, looking at 2031. Our Nigerian, what's his name? Our NSA, what's it called?
Mm.
The guy that was head of EFCC before.
You know, I'm the worst person with names. I'm just here like I know, but like I can't remember his
Sorry,
name.
I have to find Nigeria's NSA now. Ribadu.
Mm-hmm.
No, Nigeria's,
Mm.
Ribadu is also looking at 2031. He also has a strong shot at the presidency, right? And they know times on their side. Atiku knows time is not inside. Nobody's going to be foolish enough to even consider Atiku in 2031. Haba. That would be too much. That would be some Joe Biden shit. Haba. The man is in his 70s, or how old is he safe now? The man should be in his early 80s or something. Wait, hold up. Atiku.
He's not giving up all.
Atiku is 78 now,
He's 80
right?
years old.
He's 78 right now. How will he
Mm-hmm.
be in 2031? Haba. No kilos. So he knows this is his last chance. So he's going to put everything into it. And that's why Obi might not get that coalition ticket. That is what I'm
You
looking at.
think the ADC?
Yes, I think
Mm.
it is. Yeah,
But
because for anything,
are they not going together to run side by side?
no. Obi cannot go VP. Somebody that got 6 million votes. No, that's not VP. That's not VP material. That's
What
presidential
about
material
Atiku being VP then?
over his
And
dead body. Over his
Obi
dead
being
body.
president?
He won't allow it. The North won't allow it over his
Then they
dead
shouldn't, they
body.
can't, why are they now then going gravitating towards the same party if they're
Because
not
they believe
going
that
to
they can make
a
they can
strong
make
second
halfway
force?
where Atiku will back Obi and give him his political machinery. That is what
Mm,
I'm thinking Ogibi is going to do too. And Atiku is also thinking that if I have Obi on my side and we can somehow convince him to be VP, his 6 million votes come to me, and I have my own 6 million votes. We have 12 million votes. Tinubu got 8 million votes in the last election. 12 will beat 8 anytime.
right. This is
Yes.
this is
But they
this
are
is
also thinking,
assuming that
assuming that Tinubu will rest with 8 million votes. Tinubu is already thinking
exactly.
now that he needs 15 million votes.
He already has 50 million votes. In fact, no, has the last election not also taught us anything?
No, no, no.
There's
So,
little or no trust in the electoral process. So
yes, but you still need how to work up with this permutation to make you look. You can't just go and sit down and say, I'm not doing anything and come on. No, you have to even try. You guys try small. That's show efficacy. Say, we do anything. And that is why they're now clamoring. That is why they're now, a lot of governors are now um, moving over to the APC. Because when you have a governor, the governor owns the machinery of the state basically, and he's already coming with votes.
hmm
Davido's uncle is on the verge of transitioning to the APC, on the verge.
mm.
And when they do that, I can't count how many governors that have moved, and the river states, Fubara, to know that first of all, it's not going for sec. I heard allegedly that the agreement was
Are
that
they
he will
even
not go
going
for.
to let him come back into office
He's
as
coming
it
back.
is right now?
He's coming back. He's coming back. By
Okay.
the end of the year, he'll be back. But allegedly, I heard that they only told him that it's only this term. After that, he should fuck off. And
Wow.
when they're going for the next election, it's going to be an APC man. So Rivers has already been cornered by the APC already. They've cornered most of the Southwest locked already. They have
Mm.
a lot of the North now. So that's why Baba is working towards the 50 million. You see, you don't see the working now. They don't see the doings. So the gap between Tinubu and whoever runs will be 3 million or 4 million votes. That is if the coalition has sense. But I'm looking at these coalition people, they do not like each other. There's no way that El-Rufai will like Atiku. If you read El-Rufai's book, The Accidental Public Servants, he finished Atiku. He finished him. You know. Obi being an Easterner is already is not even part of the cabal already. They only respect him because he got 6 million. Begrudgingly respect him because he got 6 million votes. But apart from that, bro, it's just a necessary evil that they have to, a necessary interloper that they have to consider.
And that's how he built traction over the years and was able to garner those numbers.
You know how he shocked them the last election because they thought that it's just social media and they saw 6 million.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he nearly messed up the election.
And he probably won the election, allegedly.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Because Atiku will be looking at, bro, where did you come from? This 6 million you got now. She will for
an unstoppable third force for real.
He was an unstoppable third force. And that's why I'm saying that apart from not getting all the governors and everything, you know what they call Sakamaje? It's Sakamaje that happened in 2027. I think what happened in Lagos in 2023, where Obi beat Tinubu.
This time around, they've done the groundwork already. See, this
groundwork. They don't. They do the roof. Nali roofing. Remain now. After roofing, they go do housewarming. Nali roofing remain.
Yo, you people.
Numbers will appear and disappear magically. You people surely.
Isn't that what happened? Isn't that what happened in the last one?
Yes. That last one was because to get the key of Aso Rock. So that one we didn't use, but this one, what Caesar says is what Caesar will get. Are you mad, fam? So yeah, politics, very interesting game in Nigeria.
But I think politics in general, because Nigerian politics is even driven by personal greed, which is the truth, not even party greed.
Is the highest bidder now. Clearly the highest bidder.
Exactly. I mean, I personally, I'm keeping a very open mind for the upcoming elections. I'll be very honest. I'm really just focusing on each day as it comes right now.
Because God is on the throne. We never know.
Because 2027, what we saw during the 2023 elections.
That day I don't get food. I want to stock my fridge. Netflix, I don't download it. I don't download.
Why you know local government elections this past weekend? Why you know?
I did not even go. It was after the coffee I came out and I saw people fighting at one polling unit. I said, all I heard was, go for me, was it one year? I was well, when I don't collect 20K and 30K again. Go last more than 3 hours. On the Wednesday of the week of this thing, I think they did a party in my area. So a lot of boys were around, they're giving them food. They even sharing food with a lot of children. I said, now listen, I don't collect be that now. No. It's 2027. So making our whole body 2027. I don't know how much 20K, 15K, 10K and t-shirts.
That's if it's up to
last few people.
That's if it's up to.
Some people they collect 30K. I was at the place.
Did they give them up to 30K?
No, depending on your
level
abilities as a local. You collect 30K, if you collect 50K now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But how much is that? Money when if you buy a house for Banana Island. Don't be money.
You dey talk say land, if you buy a bag of rice, ordinary rice, so you go fit chop like till the end of the month.
Yeah, so
it cannot buy rice.
I don't even know one. Let me even check if my local government chairman has been it was re-elected. The man tries more, do like 20 streets for our area. They will not say person do bad.
Your local government chairman.
Yes, that's too close got on now.
And no, Hamza's brother.
I don't know. There's one man with a bald head like this. I don't know. I'll check. At least he did my streets, so we have to thank you for that one.
To be honest, I don't know who won local government chairman in Etiosam. Because the same problems persist.
It's true.
Whether they, they.
But the citizen should know, because it's alright to not go and check him and say, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir."
I'm going to actually check it. Let me check it.
This road has not been done. What?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I live close to Knack. So all this road talk sometimes they really is not the politics in it in this side is very is layered, right?
Yeah, yeah,
This one say,
politics is very
oh,
local now. Yes.
exactly. So it's that's why I'm like, whether the local government chairman is there or not, the
What's
the
your
the
FGA?
monarchy, it's Etiosa.
Etiosa.
Oh,
Etiosa
Etiosa.
LCDA. Honorable
Mm.
Liaminu Samson Agum Agumbiade. It was the one who won that one. But there's also Lekki LCDA, so I don't know if you fall into that also. So you may have to go and
Mm.
check. That's Honorable
Oh no
Rasaki
no.
Babidele Kasali.
Mm. No, these are
Uh-huh.
very,
Let me
very,
look for
very, very grassroots names. I
yeah,
like
let me look
it.
for
Very
Onigbongbo.
interesting.
Is there Onigbongbo here? Because I know that place and they're doing some mago mago. I'll look for the place again. Sha. Who is my own? Well, I'll look for my own later. Sha. Anywho, please know your
Ah,
local government chairman.
what's your
So that
local government?
it should be. If I see the man's name, I'll not. I know it's not Ifakojaye, Sha.
Is it not Ifakwejaye? Yes, now.
Not.
It is.
No. Uh, I can't find his name here. Maybe he lost too. Wow.
Who be that?
I'll say maybe he lost because I can't find his name here.
Usman Akombi, Hamzat.
No, that's not my own LGO.
Is it not? Mm.
I know
Is
his
your
surname. I'll
LG
look for
not
it.
okay?
I'll look for it, sir. Don't worry. Okay, so guys, know your local government chairman. The election just happened, so please be a responsible citizen, or you can go out
Mm.
and go and sleep. But don't complain if bad things happen in your environment because nobody will come and help you. Okay, let us go into flop and prop of the week, and the flop of the week is Femi Additional, who used to terrorize Nigerians with his press statement concerning uh, late President I said, hey, late President Buhari, please, oh,
I beg you.
so
Hmm.
daddy must be alive, oh, because that vice president, and that vice president I'm looking at,
Oh my
hey,
God.
please, 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 they just shook hand there, I beg, I beg. Um, okay, so Femi Additional was, wait, sorry, I need to find this word. There's the way I said it. Act of sleeping with a corpse. Sorry. Hold on.
Oh.
Yes, Femi Additional was involved once in oral necrophilia recently
Mm.
when he made a statement. The man has not made great statements in his life, and this is just one of them. I think he was trying to tell us something, but he thought it was very, very positive or very deep. He said Buhari could have would have been
Died.
dead a long time ago if he
Mm.
had his medicals in Nigeria. Really, Mr. Femi Adesina? Tell us something we don't know. The man that could not revive Nigeria's health sector. He could not even get one hospital functioning at world class
Same.
level. And you're not telling us this. Do you know that your average Nigerian will not be able to live long as Buhari did if they use Nigerian hospitals,
Exactly.
which we are using Nigerian hospitals?
Mm-hmm.
Your number one citizen, your area, had the means to go abroad and treat himself. And you're not telling us if he had stayed in Nigeria, would have died. Really, we don't know. Because Nigerians don't go to hospital and they end up dead. I thought the foolishness was that would have left him after office, but some things are permanent. Uh, Mr. Femi Additional, please, this is the last time I just want to hear from you. You've done enough. Follow your principal. You can sit by his grave and be talking to him, but we don't want to hear from you again. Thank you very much. Anjiko,
You can be doing media and publicity there.
yes. Anybody that wants to see the grave, if you charge them 10 naira,
And then put it back into the economy for better hospitals. How about that? Pay our doctors.
yes. Pay our doctors. No, what a
Yeah.
minister under Buhari said they should go to go and do tailoring.
Wow. I beg, see, I don't even have energy. As I did like this, I don't dey calculate how tomorrow won't take be, a bit today. So all these ones, they're not
All those
serious.
Miss Yan.
Do you understand? It's so crazy how even at so the duty one of the duties of a leader is to inspire is to inspire hope. It's so crazy that our leaders are the harbingers of bad news and they are the best at criticizing the country. Not that Nigerians don't do the same thing, but at that level where you have more people listening to you than you have more people speaking around you, it's just like, why would you even say that? How about instead of just put in the work so that you don't have to open your mouth and say certain things at a certain level. You know what I mean? But then again, they know that we at the bottom are just going to and then we'll go and sit down. And the MO continues. The cycle is endless.
Yeah.
No, by the grace of God is to end. Not by the grace of God. I'm hopeful that one day, someday, very soon, the right people will get into power and they will do the needful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prop of the week. We have to go to Kenya for this one.
Whoop,
Uh,
whoop.
in a time when a lot of visa restrictions and wahala are coming from America, side eye every Nigerian MAGA who voted for a
And
MAGA.
UAE.
Um, I be both for Donald Trump. God don't catch all of my mind. And also Dubai, but I don't know the one about Dubai, but I don't know. I don't know the issue. Dubai is I don't know. I don't know the reason. And the federal government has asked the government of the UAE to explain why this has happened. But anyway, we're
True,
going to
true,
our
true.
brothers in East Africa, Kenya, who have granted visa-free entry to all African countries,
Whoop, whoop,
excluding
whoop,
two
whoop.
countries. So Kenya has announced that it will allow citizens from nearly all African countries to visit without prior authorization, according to a new directive by the cabinet. Previously, Kenya required visitors to apply for an electronic travel authorization (ETA) online, a system criticized as a visa under another name. On Tuesday, the cabinet announced the ETA will be dropped for all African countries except Somalia and Libya due to security concerns. The government explains the move is part of efforts to support open sky policies and tourism growth while promoting regional integration and ease of travel. Thank you very much, Kenya, for doing this. This is welcome. We hope that the other 54, I think, yeah, 54 African countries can follow suit and open their skies to all African countries. African travel should be cheap. If we want to promote economic growth in Africa as a continent, we should be able to travel to other places without necessarily having all
Really?
these papers, or at least it should be easier. There's some places you
Mm-hmm.
want to go and you have to go and take a connecting flight. You might even have to leave Africa and come back again with another. No, let everything be easy. While we do this, it will encourage more interconnectivity with African countries. Hopefully, one day there'll be a railway line from Lagos to Accra. One day, we hope that
I
the
think they're working on one interstate,
is
one
one day
intercountry
is that one with the Buhari did with his
railway.
cousins.
Yeah, exactly.
Buhari's
Same with his
in Niger.
cousins.
Now that Buhari is dead, I hope they know that there's no more railway again with them. They should just close all the contracts. It has finished. That contract is dead. Well, hopefully one day Lagos to Accra, and Calabar to
See,
Yaoundé.
ECOWAS safe. This is our
Please,
ECOWAS passport. I don't know what is really
it's
ECOWASing.
a nice passport now. It looks good.
But for what's making it nice as per the color
Sky blue, yes. That's the reason me I know about it now. What again do I know
and
about
be
it?
accessibility. We're talking about accessibility. If you
But how
get
many
whether you
con
fine
if you
and
can
you
go to
know
but you can go
open,
to Ghana? Do you need visa to go to Ghana?
no,
Togo, Benin. They don't need
you
to stamp your
don't.
passports.
So
And
you need to stamp. Actually, you need you is on arrival, so you can stamp when you get to the country.
then you need
Actually,
the yellow
but
yellow fever.
yes, you need yellow
It's
fever.
Liberia and West Africa. Yes, it
No,
is. No, it should be.
Liberia.
Yes. That time you used to send Echo Mock to them.
I
The
think so.
Liberia in West Africa. Apparently, we are
Nope.
very popular in Liberia.
We're popular in the whole of Africa. That's why I'm always saying that
We are
Nigeria is going
notorious. We are
to
notorious too. Yes,
and
Liberia
we
is a
need it.
country. Liberia is a country on the West African coast. Yeah. So one
Oh,
day,
okay.
if I was going to see Charles Taylor, oh sorry, not Charles Taylor. I want to see George Way. I'll just take train. There's no need for me to now be doing a travel vlog. Hello, ladies. Follow me to my trip to Liberia. We have to go through seven mountains and seven valleys till I get there. You know, be
West
very
Africa
nice.
is so close to each other anyway, so
Yeah.
understandably so.
But please, all the other West African countries that have all those khaki people, I know they there. No, be say I go enter the country now. You now on television. Fellow Malians, it is against my displeasure that I now announce the rise of a new regime and we've taken over the government. No, I will not be stuck in an African country in Jesus' name.
Shout out
Amen.
to Mali and Burkina Faso.
Those ones, don't worry. That PR goes soon end. Not be military government. We will all be there. Don't worry. We will all be there now. Bakayoko, I bet me name. Bakayoko, I be Mama Ko, I bet me name. Don't worry. We will all be there.
That guy, he sure looks good, child. That's what I know. Quite a
Don't
cute
worry.
guy.
Don't worry. First of all, all you people that support the guy, let me tell you what you do. You first start fighting civilian.
It's how he talks,
Easy.
even.
You first fighting with all the democratic politicians. He will now say, he will now give a long date for the next election. When the election is about to come, he will now postpone it again. He will postpone it for like 4 times. Then later, he will now say transitioning into a civilian leader. All of a sudden, you start seeing opposition people disappearing. This is how
That's
it works.
if
Then the
that's if they
economy
don't.
will not crash. It happens everywhere. Mobutu Sese Seko, Mugabe, everybody.
That's if they don't target him to
I beg,
unalive
I beg,
him before
I
the
beg.
time.
Please, may you go sit down. Anywho, thank you guys for listening
Right
to
on,
this
G.
wonderful episode. If you have any notes to send, so send it to family@22different.com. If you have condolence message, we are going to Dara next week. So we'll just go and pass. We'll pass that out
Ooh,
and drop it. So if you want to send anything to your daddy Bubu or his children or his family, please you can send it
Shay.
to family@234essential.com. And it will be read on the next podcast, Lord willing.
Please tell them about release therapy because nobody's releasing anymore. What's
No,
going on?
everybody hold on for that chest now. There's nobody in the night. Nobody gets time for
Kala.
this. Now money everybody find now. So it's money therapy now. Please also send the money therapy too.
Yes,
You know,
so
yes.
important.
Send money therapy too, and we'll read it on the next episode.
Oops. Also follow us on every social media platform at Twitter for Essential Podcast. And please subscribe to our podcast on every platform that you follow 234. Also like, share, comment, share with your family and friends. Also, if you want to support the podcast, please do so by toggling the donation link in our show notes and easy peasy, you get to it. Uh, be kind. Thank you for working with us again another week. We look forward to spending more time with you in your ear and having a nice chats with you in the coming weeks or days. Yeah.
All right. Before we round up, what do we name this podcast? I feel it should be Buhari themed. So you know. So should we call it the legacy or his
Guys
legacy?
call it La Bubu now. I don't G you.
Oh God, have
Have
mercy.
you heard of La Bubu?
First of all you people that kind demonic bags and toys. When those things change at night,
La Bubu is making
trust
a
me.
lot of money, by the
I have
way.
watched enough of Nollywood films to know that all these things are demonic creatures. You people do not watch Child's Play. That's your problem. There's another one again,
See,
Nollywood film I watched again that Adesoya bought a teddy bear for her daughter. They don't know that teddy bear used to change into demon at night. It now used to scatter their head. I am not there. Me, I know these things. All you people
you're
carry
too scared. You're too much of a
these things
millennial.
don't even
Please
look
just come out
humanoid.
of there.
They look please, you this shows that you people are not spiritually fortified. Because if you go to NFL, Olukoya will tell you about these things, but no. Keep inviting strange and foreign things into your life and souls. When it's time for deliverance now, you say you don't know that you brought in demon into your house. La bubu, la mumu. God
Shout
is
out
to
to
first too.
China.
So this is again, it's China. You know how many demonic things they China. But anyway,
See, I know many the money things they this country too. Even the labubu
um,
suppose they fear they enter Nigeria.
it's
Suppose
true
they use you
because
understand?
that's the
Hmm.
foreign demon. It will need the approval from the local demons. Say, hey,
Exactly.
we were here first. Hey, calm down. When we finish terrorizing, you will not terrorize. From 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., you can terrorize. Or from midnight to 4 a.m., it's our own. It's our meat.
Exactly.
All
But
right.
please, fashion girlies, don't listen to AOT2. Do you? Do you? Let the
Uh,
spirit reign.
spirits. Okay. Anyhow, bye, guys. Peace. One love.